On today's Pardon My Take, the Oklahoma City Thunder are NBA champs. We recap Game 7, Tyrese Haliburton's torn Achilles, which sucked. Really big bummer for the Pacers, but a deserving champ in the Thunder. We throw some flowers on them. We also have Big Dumper in studio, future MVP Cal Raleigh, who hit 4 home runs since we recorded this on Thursday, so we'll update his on pace before we get to his interview. We're going to talk Kevin Durant getting traded. Henry is back.
Yeah.
He's back. We're going to end the show with Hank giving us some gifts from Pebble Beach because we gifted him a trip to Pebble Beach.
A whirlwind vacation.
A whirlwind vacation. Great to have him back. We also have Who's Back of the Week. We're going to recap everything. And it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Nothing says summer like long days, clutch plays, and firing off a few bets on the game. All with DraftKings Sportsbook. As the season heats up, so do the bats. And DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with live betting, home run props, odds boosts, and more. Whether you're chasing dingers or jumping in mid-game, there's always action to be had. Never bet on baseball before? It's easy. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Monday, June 23rd, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are world champions. Congrats to the Thunder. Congrats to Thundor.
Thunder.
Our guy, Alex Caruso.
Thunder Princess.
Thunder Princess. Game 7. All right, so Game 7 was a little bit of a bummer because of Tyrese Haliburton's Achilles. Let's save the talk about the Pacers and that, and we'll throw some flowers on the Thunder, much deserving flowers, even though it was a bummer when Tyrese Haliburton tore his Achilles.
Yeah, I mean, shout out also to Isaiah Hartenstein's son.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's woken up yet, but that was adorable. Just passed out during the trophy presentation.
Listen, when you sleep, you sleep.
He says, wake me up for the second one.
Yeah, when you sleep, you sleep, which, I mean, should we start? We were, credit to us.
This is the worst Oklahoma City Thunder team that will win a championship during this dynasty run.
They had to go to 7 against the Nuggets. They had to go to 7 against the Pacers. I don't expect that to happen ever again for them.
We could also do the thing where we say, just right off the bat, I think whoever won that Thunder Nuggets series, that was going to be the champion.
That was going to be the champion.
No matter what.
Yeah. But, yeah, the Thunder, incredible season. Second most wins all time for a title team. The 95-96 Bulls had 87 wins. The Oklahoma City Thunder this year had 84 wins. The 96-97 Bulls also had 84 wins. Pretty crazy. 68 regular season wins. Obviously need the 16 playoff wins to complete it. Pretty awesome season. They had the MVP. SGA goes down with an all-time season, all-star scoring title, unanimous first-team All-NBA, MVP, most wins, Western Conference Finals MVP, title, Finals MVP.
That's just about the perfect season.
It really is.
If you were to draw it up
the whole thing
at the start of the year, if you were to say what would I possibly want out of the season, I think he checked off every single box.
Yeah, if he did his little dream board,
Mm-hmm.
he had an Etsy dream board, and he was like, man, I want to wish on these things. Maybe put a little something under his pillow, saying, hopefully this year I'm going to become this. You know what? Like the first day of school, like first grade, like when I graduate first grade, I want to be able to read.
Yeah.
When I graduate this season, by the way, did you see? I think Lou Dort said it. He's like, Game 7 is like the last day of school. Like you just got energy, you got to leave it all out there. It's like I don't That's not what school was like.
School on the last day was just hectic.
Yeah, it was just like
nonsense.
I'm not doing shit. You can't tell me shit.
The last day
teachers.
of school, it was like jail. It was trying to escape from prison. That's the maybe one of the greatest seasons, definitely one of the greatest seasons of all time that he had. If you were SGA, which one of those accomplishments would you be most likely to get tattooed on your body?
Wait, did he win? He didn't win All-Star MVP.
That's the one. That's the one that eluded him.
That would have been it.
Not the perfect season.
That would have been it.
There will always be an asterisk on the season for SGA.
Yeah, he didn't win the All-Star MVP, but incredible season, wire to wire. The Thunder were the best team, wire to wire, for the entire season, and it felt like it wasn't a pretty game. Game 7s usually aren't, but they had their future basically all show up for Game 7 in Chet, J-Dub, and SGA.
Chet was great.
Yeah.
Chet was great. What do you have, 5 blocks tonight?
Yeah, he was all over the place.
The defense that got them there showed up big time in Game 7.
Insane
just
defensive
smothering.
Team.
Anaconda chokehold defense.
They were first in net rating, first in defensive rating, third in offensive rating, and they're the second youngest championship team in NBA history. So the future is very bright, and that's a hell of a team. Also, they have a million picks. So we should say Sam Presti. I actually am very happy for Sam Presti.
Mm-hmm.
I'm most happy for Alex Caruso, our friend, but I'm very happy for Sam Presti. Sam Presti's been with the Thunder organization since they were the Sonics. He was hired in 2007, I think it was 2007. Went on, obviously, an insane draft run with KD, with Russ, with Harden, with Ibaka. That team was the second youngest finals team ever in 2012. Ownership cheaps out. They have to trade Harden. That falls apart. Reconfigures them with Russell Westbrook and Paul George. That doesn't work. Paul George traded for SGA. This guy is one of the best GMs in any sport, and it's cool that he finally, 18 years, I think he's been there, and he just won with the second youngest team, his way, and a pocket full of picks going forward. And he's doing it in a small market team where it feels like the NBA out of all the sports was like the gap between the big markets and small markets had become profound. So pretty cool for him.
Yeah, very cool for him. Also, great trade picking up Alex Caruso.
Well, that was
a difference maker.
He went on, obviously he had the run of draft picks where he hit on, the Harden, Durant, Russ, and Ibaka. And then he did it again when he got Chet and J-Dub and Giddey, who became Caruso.
Mm-hmm.
The way he's been able to shapeshift. Thank you. Shapeshift the Thunder organization, time and time again. And we were talking about it. They didn't tank. They had 2 bad years. They didn't tank.
They rebuilt.
They didn't do a process.
They didn't rebuild. They reloaded.
Yeah. So he's an all-time executive, all-time GM building this team. And, yeah, they're going to be good for a really long time.
Yeah. So if we're going guy for guy, this is the best team in the NBA this year, right? We can say that definitively.
Yeah. I would say that's definitively the case.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you can't make an argument against that.
No.
You can't at all.
You're right, PFT.
And they did have to battle back tonight. They were down at halftime. People forget that.
They were down by a point.
People are forgetting left and right that the Pacers were up at halftime tonight. T.J. McConnell was their entire offense in the third quarter for the Pacers.
No, literally, though.
Yeah, their entire offense.
Yeah, there was that stretch where they have it in the last 6 minutes of game time. T.J. McConnell's the only one who scored.
And that means also the good and the bad, because I think he had 7 turnovers tonight.
Yeah.
But everybody on the Pacers had at least 1 turnover, except for the guys that got in for the very last minute of the game.
Yes.
It was just a defensive clinic by the Oklahoma City Thunder. The second half, they just got ahead and just choked him out.
Chokehold. Anaconda chokehold.
That's what it was.
Do you want to hear a crazy stat? This is maybe a wow. I don't know if this is a wow. I have 2 wows for you, actually. The first one is, nice, Hank. Adam Silver has just crowned his 9th different champion in his 12 postseasons as NBA commissioner. In David Stern's 30 postseasons, how many champions did he crown?
12.
10.
8.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a whoa.
So this is the 7th different champion in 7 years, which is crazy. Parity is very much here for the NBA. But isn't that nuts? 30 years for David Stern. He crowned 8 unique champions. 12 years for Adam Silver. This is his 9th different champion.
That does make you think.
The Warriors and then all new ones?
It's the Warriors, Cavs, and then, the last 7 years have been Raptors, Lakers, Bucks, Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, Thunder.
It does make you think what a great job David Stern did of building up the dynasty franchises, right?
Yeah, he did. He really did it.
But I like this. I like new, fun, entertaining styles of basketball, getting to meet up in the postseason, teams that you don't normally see. Like the Pacers, they didn't get it done in Game 7, but they play such a fun style of basketball, and it was a joy to have them in the postseason as long as we did.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching Pacers basketball.
Yeah. All right, so you looked it up, Zach. So the Spurs were the first title he crowned. 7 unique ones in the last 7 years, and then you throw in the Cavs, right? That would be 9. Spurs, Cavs.
I count
and
all
then the
LeBrons
Warriors
as the same.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
7 in 7 years. Do you want to hear the really crazy woe that I saw on Friday that I was hoping would come true for the Pacers? If Rick Carlisle had won this game, he would have been the oldest NBA coach to win an NBA title.
That is crazy.
He also was the oldest coach to coach an NBA Finals game.
How old is he?
65 years old.
He does not look 65.
Older than Pop. Everyone was thrown out. I saw the replies. It was like, Pop? Larry Brown? Larry Brown was 64. Pop was, 12 years ago. So he was 64. Rick Carlisle's not 65.
No, it also goes to show you that if you look at any coach from like the 90s or the 80s, or God forbid the 70s, if you're a 45-year-old head coach, you look like you're 70.
Yeah.
Back then. Like Jim Leland, the baseball manager, looked like he was 90 years old when he was 40.
Yeah. That's the oldest coach in NBA history, not the oldest coach to coach a finals game, Zach. So that would be the finals game part. Yeah. Pretty crazy. But yeah, the Thunder, awesome season, and they're not going anywhere. They have so many picks.
Yeah.
An impossible amount of picks.
I mean, the fact that they were a lottery ball away from being the 3rd pick this year, or no, they wouldn't have gotten the 3rd. They would have. What was it if they had kept the Sixers? 6th pick would have been where they keep it. Max, is that right?
7th. We had top 6 protected.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But I mean, it's insane how many picks they have, and they have a super young team. And like I said, the J-Dub, Chet, SGA threesome looks like it's going to be here for a long time. Because J-Dub was great in these finals too.
He was, yeah. Speaking of the Sixers, next year, I threw this out there to Max, is next year the Sixers' year? Mm-hmm. I feel like this is their year now, the East being wide open as it is.
Yeah. So for the Pacers, I think that's got to be one of the all-time gut punch end of seasons, considering the fact it was a magical ride. They've never won a title as a franchise. Tyrese Haliburton gets hurt there, and he's going to be out for a year. I don't really know. And also thinking about even how this series went, they were a quarter away from being up 3-1. I feel so bad for Pacers fans. Magical run, and that's just as bad gets.
It sucks. The moral of the story: if you have any sort of a calf injury, just don't play basketball.
Well, that's. I mean, Tyrese Haliburton. It's the same thing that happened to Kevin Durant in the finals when he came back and snapped his Achilles. If he doesn't play, he's going to be dubbed as soft and didn't want it for his guys. And then if he does play, this is exactly what could happen with a strained calf, and it sucks. He's put in an impossible situation, and I feel really, really bad for him after an incredible run where he just how many clutch shots did he hit?
Like you have
million?
to play. If you're Haliburton, you have to play, but it should now make players think.
Yeah,
that we've seen this a couple times where the Achilles injury wasn't something that happened as frequently as it does now.
There's going to be a big conversation about the length of the NBA season, and are these guys too big, strong, fast? Because we had We had Dame, Tatum, Haliburton.
All wear the number 0.
Yeah, all wear the number 0. All tore their Achilles in these playoffs. Season maybe goes too long. That's definitely going to come. That's coming.
I'm going to take it back even further. I'm going to say all the way back to youth basketball and AAU. Have these guys played too much basketball?
Yeah, maybe. Too much basketball. And shout out Paul George for getting the Thunder all of these, everything.
Yeah.
He gave them everything.
It was still
it actually should be a Paul George ring. He should get a ring.
It was a great postseason for the Pacers. It sucks that this is like the biggest damper that you could ever put on it, because you also now kind of have to punt on next year.
It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I feel awful for Pacers fans. I even said it while we were watching it, like, it was, I think it was when it was pretty much a tie game. I was like, would you, if you're a Pacers fan, would you right now, if you could go back in time, lose Game 6? So you have a chance to have Haliburton for next year and build on a finals run that was incredible. It just sucks.
I think
I know, but
in the moment
like
it's no.
a sliding doors of like if they lose Game 6, Haliburton does not. He's there for next year. He gets his calf rested. He's back and ready to go, and it just sucks that you. It's like a double loss. It's not just a loss. It's you lose. You were half away from an NBA title. What, Hank?
I'm saying that.
Yeah.
You go from do you think you're going to win the title to
Yeah, but they were in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When this happened.
You know how they feel, though, is what you're saying.
You know exactly how they feel.
I was talking about how, yes, I was relating to Indiana Pacers fans.
Yeah.
Not with anything personal, but
just in general.
Yeah.
Also, I don't really know what's positive. I mean, Pascal Siakam's awesome. He was incredible. Like, I know this game wasn't his best game, but, like, the entire playoff run, he's an absolute – and people were ready. How much merch would have been sold with the nickname The Thundertaker with his eyes, the picture of him before Game 6?
So, yeah, about that. I don't know who he was talking to, which spirit he was summoning. Mm-hmm. There's a chance that he was like, I will do anything to win this Game 6. Mm-hmm. And then the finger on the monkey paw curled, and it was like, okay, you got it, but you have to pay with your Achilles.
It's brutal.
Yep. I don't think that there's no chance that a Pacers fan in the moment would have said, yeah, I wish that we had lost Game 6. Now they do.
Yeah,
now,
for sure. Well, I was more saying
do.
it knowing that like it's going to be a tall task to win this game without Tyrese Haliburton because look, the Thunder are deserving champions. You can't put an asterisk on them. If you're a Pacers fan, you will forever say what if, especially how Tyrese Haliburton was playing in that first quarter. He finished the game the leader in three-pointers made.
Yeah.
And he played for 7 minutes? So he you could tell he was kind of feeling it, and this, we know that he is when the lights get really bright, Tyrese Haliburton comes through. He had that kind of feeling to him in this game, how it started. So you will forever say, what happens if he doesn't tear his Achilles? Do we win this game?
I think maybe
it's a fair what if you're a Pacers fan.
Yeah, I think this offseason you might just build around TJ McConnell.
Damn.
Free agents are going to be beating down the door to play with TJ.
They didn't need to show TJ McConnell crying after the game.
Okay.
I didn't need to see that.
They didn't need to show that, but they had to.
Yeah, but I didn't want to see it.
We didn't need to see Tyrese Haliburton's ankle snapping like 24 times. So I think they're going to play that. There's going to be a brand new ESPN channel, ESPN Ouch, and it's just going to be Haliburton's ankle just like disintegrating.
Do you know why I think they kept on showing it, PFT? I think because we now have seen enough of these Achilles injuries in high-level moments in the NBA that we all sitting and watching can point to it and be like, yep, that's an Achilles, and feel like doctors.
Diagnose it immediately.
That the broadcast is like, we're going to show this 17 times.
Yeah.
Because we know definitively, usually a guy gets injured, you're like, we don't know. We have no idea. We don't know what it's going to be. This one, you can see the pop, and everyone feels so smart being like, I know that. Mm-hmm. Listen, I went to medical school. I fucking know that. It's an Achilles.
That did give me a great idea. They should actually do ESPN Ouch. And it's just injuries nonstop.
I'd watch it.
Just brutal injuries. No commercials. Serving sports fans anytime, anywhere.
I'm a sicko for that. The Achilles, though, does make me squirm a little.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I would rather a leg break or even like a knee bend versus an Achilles. I don't know, something about an Achilles when you see the pop.
Zach has just been playing it this whole time, too.
Yeah, no, he's
the pop is bad.
We're Clockwork Orange right now. We got our eyes open watching this over and over. Any other thoughts on the end of the NBA season? It was kind of a perfect NBA day where Kevin Durant getting traded again, kind of took all the headlines when you had a Game 7 for the first time in almost a decade in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean,
that sums up the NBA.
My big takeaway right now from the NBA season being over is it's football season.
It is. It does feel like whenever that happens, like, all right, and it's Mount Rushmore season. Wednesday.
Season. We're back,
Wednesday,
baby.
Mount Rushmore. It's coming.
But yeah, that was crazy how Kevin Durant found out that he was traded on stage at the Fanatics Fest. Interesting. So he's going to the Rockets. Good fit.
A lot of hms at the Fanatics Fest.
Very big Tom Brady winning $1 million.
Trophies getting broken.
Great fit. Rockets are going to be very good.
Yeah.
Great fit. They needed a go-to scorer. Kevin Durant is still a go-to scorer. You also, I don't really It's not like the Suns got a huge haul. I think the Suns actually, like reading this trade, they got Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and 5 second-round picks, and this year's first, which was their first.
Mm-hmm, they got it back.
They got it back. I think Ishbia was like, hey, I need people who just read Twitter and have like the attention span of a goldfish who just keep scrolling. I need them to think that I did well in this trade. Make it 5 second-round picks. Because I don't know if you guys had the same feeling, but when I scrolled by it, I was like, damn, 5 picks.
When I saw it, I was
and
like...
then I read it again, I was like, oh, second-round picks.
I was like, that's a lot of assets.
Yeah, right.
If you just call them assets, you don't describe where they are, who they're from, then you can just spin them. It's valuable. It's something of value.
It's not a terrible strategy by Matt Ishbia. If I were an owner, I'd be like, hey, I'll trade you my superstar. How about you give me 27 second-round picks?
Yeah.
Just so I could see the Shams tweet and be like, look at that, guys.
I trade my Silverado for 20 broken down cars that don't work.
The Suns are trying to build the whole plane out of shooting guards.
So I think they've got their entire salary cap space devoted to 4 guards.
Yeah, it's basically all wings. It's all wings. Their whole team is wings, like $180 million to wings. I think they'll probably trade. Well, the problem is they can't trade Bradley Beal, which is the one they want to trade.
Bradley Beal, his full name is now Bradley Beal's no trade clause.
Yeah. Yes, because he's never getting traded. I assume the Suns are going to do something. Otherwise, it would be funny if they're like, hey, what if we just wings are very important in the NBA today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just bring out a bunch of these guys.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing.
No one can bring the ball up.
And it was like a year and a half ago that Matt Ishbia said, like, we're not far away. We're very close.
Yeah.
This stuff isn't hard.
Since Kevin Durant left Golden State, he's been traded 3 times. One was a sign and trade, and he has 2 playoff series wins. What does this mean for Kevin Durant's legacy?
Are you saying if he goes to the Rockets and wins?
No, I'm just saying.
What does the trade mean?
I just like to end, when Kevin Durant is in the news, I like to end every sentence like, hey, what do you want for breakfast, and what does this mean for Kevin Durant's legacy?
I think this means that Kevin Durant is perpetually unhappy and is made more unhappy in his quest to find happiness.
Okay, that feels good. Hank, what does this mean for Kevin Durant's legacy?
He's got to win now, or else he's just going to go down as all-time. I mean, he'll go down as all-time guy no matter what, but
I got a problem with this meme, by the way.
He's got to win.
Zach just pulled it up. Kevin Durant has officially completed the NBA Rainbow Challenge. I don't count this because, as you can see, he's got a blue Suns and a purple Suns. They basically did this because Shaq was the originator of this. Mm-hmm. Shaq did complete the Rainbow Challenge naturally. I think Chris Paul did as well. And the Rainbow Challenge, obviously, we're talking about wearing all the colors of the rainbow in all the jerseys and teams you played for. Look, Shaq did it in a natty way. He actually did it. He had the Heat, the Suns, the Lakers, the Celtics, the Magic, the Cavs, and the Lakers. Oh, I guess there's 2 Lakers in there, but I feel like he had another one thrown in there. I don't count it if you have to use the weird alternate Suns jersey.
I also think that him as a Cleveland Cavalier, that I don't know if that's indigo.
Yeah, true.
The eye for indigo.
That's
we could
true.
find some football players that have done that for sure.
Yeah, the Rainbow Challenge. But yeah, Kevin Durant's legacy. I'm excited to talk about it. And that was Kevin Durant's legacy.
I think it's worse for his legacy if he wins.
Ooh.
With the Rockets, I think it's good.
If he gets a ring.
I think that's a team he can go to, and if he, because it's a young enough team that he can be like, yeah, they needed Kevin Durant. Because it's almost a perfect setup for him. They were good this year. They were the 2 seed. They got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Now Kevin Durant shows up, shows the young Bucks how to play basketball, how to play winning basketball. All credit to Kevin Durant.
Let's see, who else do the Rockets have going into next year? Shingun, that's a good piece.
Yeah. No, they're a good team. They're Ahmed Thompson.
You know
they
what?
got Fred VanVleet still.
He's going running back home to the comforting arms of Steven Adams.
Yeah. No, they are a good team, and with Kevin Durant, they could be a great team. So I think it's going to be good for his
They
legacy.
did not have that guy in the playoffs that would step up.
But if the Rockets had gone to, let's say, the Western Conference Final, I think it would have been bad for Kevin Durant's legacy. Mm-hmm. The fact that they got bounced in the first round by an aging Warriors team, good for Kevin Durant's legacy. One of my favorite topics, Kevin Durant's legacy.
I can't wait. I hope they run into the Warriors again.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
That'd
Great
be
theater.
Incredible. Okay. Hank, do you want to talk a little golf?
Yeah. Great golf.
The
team.
fifth major?
I'm very interested to see what you have in that bag of yours. We'll do that after Cal Raleigh. But how is this? Well, no, we'll talk about the trip after. You want to talk about the fifth major?
Yeah, drafts.
What'd you see?
Great tournament.
Specifically, hole 13, 14, and 15.
It was more like 15. I wouldn't even say asleep. But I was watching all day. I didn't leave my couch. It was so fucking hot out. Like too hot to even want to go outside. So I was locked in. But yeah, I was listening. I was actively listening to like hole 16,
Wait,
17.
What do you mean actively listening?
Like I was listening. I wasn't necessarily watching. I wasn't asleep. I don't know that I was 100% conscious. But yeah, 15, 16. But I was back for 17, 18.
You're browning out.
Tommy Fleetwood. I love the Travelers. We went in 2015 with Barcelona. Keegan was the people's golfer. We followed him around for a couple days.
Oh, that was Jim Renner.
That was 2014.
Oh.
2015, Jim Renner was no longer on the PGA Tour. Keegan was People's Golfers 2.0. So we followed him around the Travelers. But it's like, only event they have in New England. It's great that Keegan, for whatever reason, he won a couple years ago, set the scoring record there. Turns it up for the home crowd. But it was a great, Tommy Fleetwood, great dude, great golfer, super fun to watch, has never won on the PGA Tour, even though he's really good and always, I think he had 10 or 13 top 10 finishes without winning one?
42 top 10
42.
finishes.
42?
He's never won a PGA Tour event.
Never won a PGA Tour event. So it was
it's insane that he's never won a PGA Tour event.
It was a great, whoever wins this is going to be good. I honestly felt as cool as it was for Keegan, I felt really bad for Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad for Tommy Fleetwood.
He choked.
I was
He did
rooting.
choke. He did choke.
That's a choke that
I was rooting for Keegan Bradley. I don't want to feel ashamed about rooting for Keegan. I was yelling USA at my TV.
yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry Tommy Fleetwood didn't win. I hope he does at some point. But I'm not going to go as far as to be like, oh, man, I feel so bad. This kind of takes away from the moment. No, fuck that. I wanted Keegan Bradley to win. And when he hit that approach to 4 feet, and then Tommy Fleetwood hit his a mile away and then putted and then left himself beyond Keegan Bradley's ball to give him a perfect read at the putt. I was pumped about all that. That was good. Listen, everything that happens from this point on in golf is a setup for the Ryder Cup. Right?
And now there's a lot of talks with the Ryder Cup.
He's the captain, Keegan Bradley.
He's the captain. Right now he would be a playing captain. People are saying they might bring in Tiger to be the
captain.
The captain because playing captain might get complicated. But Keegan's playing so well that those conversations are happening, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Do you think a playing captain is an issue?
No. Why not? Well, I mean, every other sport has playing captains.
Yeah, but not necessarily that are deciding.
But
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, was there a problem that Derek Jeter played?
That's a different.
I'm just
Derek
saying,
Jeter's
is
not
that-
setting the lineup.
I'm just saying, is that's
There's a
player
manager.
captain, right?
Different
Okay, all right.
circumstances.
No, but
different
this
I guess I don't
circumstances.
understand what a captain
They're called
is.
captain. If he is a playing captain, that means that he can't ride around on a golf court with a little headset in and a walkie-talkie and talk about God knows what for 4 hours.
No, he can do that still when his round's over.
Yeah. So what's the issue here?
I don't have an issue with it either. I'm just saying that's
Sounds
what
like you have an issue.
people in the golf media world are saying it might be an issue.
I say put the C on his chest and put him out there.
I do too.
You look at hockey, all the captains play.
Well, the golf media world is also pretty soft at times.
For sure.
I saw some people being like, Tommy Fleetwood deserved to win. No, he didn't. He choked.
Yeah.
I wanted him to win. I was hoping that he would get the monkey off his back, but he choked. And Keegan Bradley was electric going down the stretch. And Tommy Fleetwood, he did have a good on Saturday. They asked him about it. And they're like, "You're the top player to not win a PGA Tour event in the last 40 years." Because again, he's had 42 top 10 finishes, 28 top 5 finishes, 5 third places, 6 runner-ups. He's made 135 out of 159 cuts. He's basically in every single tournament. He was like, well, at least I'm number 1 in something. So good for him.
If you want to blame somebody for all this, you can blame Rory McIlroy. You see what Rory said?
Yes.
So they interviewed Rory after his round was over, and it looked like Tommy Fleetwood was going to win the tournament. and they asked him, your thoughts on Tommy Fleetwood? It's been a long time coming for him on the PGA Tour. He said, yeah, Tommy's been a great player for a long time, and he's more than due, or he was more than due. So, yeah, he's got so much talent and so much ability, and obviously it's great to see him get over the line before the tournament's over.
Yeah. Not
Bad
great.
guy.
Not great.
This is why he doesn't talk to the media.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying me hardest. I just tried
Tommy
me
lad.
hardest. I just tried me hardest out there. It's a very difficult hole.
I had a question for you guys. Do you guys think it's a little weird that the Panthers are like mocking the Oilers to such a crazy extent?
I say go for
No.
it. I say you got him
No.
twice. You beat him twice.
I'm just asking if it's but that's the thing. They beat them twice. Like it does feel like they're going a little extra hard. Maybe there
think
was
they're just
more bad
fucked up.
blood. What?
I think when you've won a cup before,
I'm
it's kind of just everything's a blur for
I'm
the
not
first
saying,
like week and a half.
I'm
after.
not saying bad or wrong. I'm saying weird. I'm asking, is it weird? Like it feels like maybe something happened that we don't know about.
I think they don't like each other. The Panthers don't like any team that they play. But
Right.
I'll agree with you on this one, Big Cat, that when you win a Stanley Cup, at least in my personal experience winning a Stanley Cup, I felt more animosity and more like double bird, fuck you to all the other teams in my conference.
Right.
Like the natural rivals that you go through. And then you win the Stanley Cup and it's like you're not that fixated on the team that you just beat. It's great.
And they beat them twice. Like
Yeah.
it would be one thing if
That-
it was like the Oilers had beaten them twice, then the Panthers beat them. Again, I don't care. I think it's fun to start rivalries and all that stuff. I was just saying more weird that like, why are they so obsessed with the Oilers? Did I miss something? I was
think-
almost like curious. Did I miss some story about shit talking or like one of the Oilers players said something that's unforgivable to the Panthers?
So when you think about like having more of that animosity and the fuck you energy towards the guys in your conference, they did start a rivalry with Edmonton over the last two. Since they played them twice,
Yeah.
they've got that history. So now
But
they're
they
like,
beat them twice.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They've got that history with them. So now they're more focused on being like, hey, fuck you, Edmonton.
It's not a rivalry though.
It's not, and they're letting
Because
them
they
know.
beat them, yeah. Beat them twice. I saw, did you guys see Goalie Bob had a great quote. I like that. He's the humble king. He said, when asked about how he celebrates, it's definitely a fun time, but I don't know. I'm a little different. I celebrate a little different. I'm not overexcited about the things. As I said, I feel humble and appreciative for the opportunity.
Yeah, that's such a classic goalie
Great.
quote. Yeah,
That's great.
rank all the champions from this year.
Okay.
All the major. So the Dodgers, the Eagles, the Panthers,
Duke
the Thunder.
basketball.
Duke did not win.
They didn't?
It was Florida that won.
Duke didn't win?
Yeah.
Oh,
What, Max?
Zach is Googling.
Zach is Googling and he just like look up
Bob Brodsky.
first name, Brodsky last name.
And it's just an 87-year-old pushing a sleigh.
Bob Brodsky.
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 Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. I thought I just wanted you guys to see
It
that.
sounds like my
All right.
neighbor's name.
Are we doing 2025 or are we doing?
Just this calendar year. So
All right, let's,
we'll-
make it,
all
let's,
right, so
let's
we'll
do
go
this
Do-
officially because we want to
Okay.
do
Dodgers,
put it on a card so
Yeah.
to get people pissed.
Dodgers, Eagles, Panthers, Thunder, Florida basketball, Ohio State football,
Okay.
Rory McIlroy.
Okay. I'm gonna go Dodgers number 1. I'm gonna go.
I might go Panthers number 1.
Okay. So let's go Dodgers or.
Well, okay, we'll
I'll
go.
go,
we'll
I'll
go
go Dodgers. You go.
No,
Then Panthers 2.
yeah,
All
Panthers
right,
too.
Panthers 2. So Dodgers 1, Panthers 2. Let's see. Florida basketball was pretty awesome.
I might put Florida
4?
basketball. I might put Florida basketball 2. No, you know what? I think the Eagles should be number 2.
No, I was hoping they would be lower than that. I mean, they beat like a hurt Chiefs team.
Number
Chris
t-
Jones didn't play half the fucking Super
Okay,
Bowl.
all right.
I would go Dodgers, Panthers, Florida basketball, Ohio State football, Thunder,
LSU baseball.
LSU baseball, Eagles.
Rory McIlroy.
Rory. All right, make that on a quote and let people get pissed about
Best
that.
champions.
Best champions of the year. That feels
I
good.
think if the Dodgers played any of those teams, Dodgers in 5.
Oh, ahead of the Eagles, you also have Alcaraz.
Yep.
He was awesome.
Great list.
That's a
Really
great
good
list.
Yep.
That's a great list. Hey, wait, you never answered. Is it the Sixers' year?
I don't know.
I mean, think about it.
East is wide.
Yeah, wide open.
Maybe
Celtics
maybe
don't,
if Embiid is healthy.
Celtics don't have Tatum. Pacers don't have Haliburton. Knicks don't have a head coach. You guys are good.
I don't know if Embiid is walking.
What does that mean?
I haven't seen a picture of him.
Are
walking.
you reporting something we don't know?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay.
Joel Embiid has not been cleared to walk.
Joel Embiid. It's like a 2-year-old. Joel Embiid is taking his first step.
Yeah.
We need an AI of baby Joel Embiid taking his first step. He's ready to play.
Zach's spelling back here is just incredible. He just spelled Embiid IMBEED.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh man, Zach.
It's football season.
Shout out to LSU baseball though, champions. Crazy last game.
Great job by the umpire.
Coastal's manager gets kicked out, and then their bench coach gets kicked out in the first inning.
Arguing balls and strikes.
Yeah, the ump falls.
He flopped.
He flopped, but he was embarrassed. If you get embarrassed like that as an ump, it should be like retroactive. Everyone gets to stay in the game because that was a loser move by him.
I got to say, great job next ump up, because that ump came in and he was trying to like stand in between the manager and the home plate umpire.
Yeah.
That's always like somebody's job, is to like intercept the argument. He immediately falls over, and then the next guy was in great position to back him up.
Yep.
And stepped in to handle that duty and keep him away from the home plate umpire.
Yep.
So great job by the umps. That's what we came to see today.
We absolutely wanted to make sure that we saw them.
Was the ump show. But yeah, LSU did feel like they were a team of destiny.
Also crazy they played this game in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, that was wild.
I know there was Game 7, there was Sunday Night Baseball, but you got to have a championship game can't be played in the middle of the afternoon.
I agree. I was hoping that Coastal was going to win this one so we could get a meaningful game tomorrow. Just meaningful sports tomorrow.
It would have been nice to have one game.
Yeah.
One game. By the way, we should update real quick because we're going to get to our Cal Raleigh interview. He had a pretty big weekend at Wrigley. Also, Sammy Sosa was back for the first time in a long time on Friday, which I don't know. The Cubs did it like secretively, and then word got out, which was kind of weird. But he's getting inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame later this year.
That's good.
But this was like a trial run of.
Did they have him come sprinting in?
No, they had him just walk in and made sure that there was a video of Ricketts giving him a hug, getting out of the SUV. So nice moment. But yeah, Cal Raleigh hit 4 home runs this weekend.
Crazy.
So when we get to our interview with him, which was great. I think we did all of our on-pace stuff for his 27 home runs as of Thursday. He had 4 more, so he's got 31 home runs. He is now on pace for 67 home runs, which is pretty fucking insane.
That's pretty good.
Pretty insane.
Yep. We think Ohtani, face of Major League Baseball.
Cal
Raleigh's the ass.
Yeah.
He's the ass of the MLB.
Listen, I went to the game today. His dumper is... like seeing it in baseball pants, it's a dumper.
I was showing it to my buddy over the weekend. I was like, yeah, we interviewed this guy, Cal Raleigh. They call him Big Dumper because he's got a giant butt. My friend was like, his ass isn't that big. I was like, dude, let me put you on his ass real quick.
Yeah, no, when he's got his baseball pants on, he's got a fucking dump, an absolute dump. Okay, should we do Who's Back of the Week? Game time, by the way. Game time. Hank, why don't you pull up a baseball game? There's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Lucky for me, I always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. They even get exclusive zone deals. You let them choose your seats with a given set of zones, and you get huge savings in return. You can put those savings back in your pocket and spend them at the ballpark on a hot dog, a new hat, or some good old-fashioned Cracker Jack. If you're in Chicago, you can get 10% off zone deals for the Cubs at home on Sunday, July 6th versus the Cardinals. Just look for the zones 29 through 32 on the Game Time app. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PMT for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. Who's Back of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Truly Unruly Lemonade. Combines the high alc fun of Truly Unruly with everyone's favorite lemonade. It's the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. Lemonade let loose, 8% ABV, 100% delicious. 4 supercharged lemonade flavors, Bumpin' Blue Raz, OG Original Lemonade, Punched Up Pineapple, Wild Pink. Level up your lemonade with Truly Unruly. Find Truly Unruly Lemonade at a store near you or visit trulyhardseltzer.com. I am a Wild Pink guy. Hank likes the OG. PFT is a bumpin' blue raz guy. So level up your lemonade with Truly Unruly. Find Truly Unruly lemonade at a store near you. Visit trulyhardseltzer.com. Hank, who's back of the week?
Yeah, we went over a lot of them. USA is back. Keegan Bradley,
Get
Captain
Sammy.
America. Sammy Sosa, back in the friendly confines. Mount Rushmore season,
Yes.
back on Wednesday.
Very excited.
Very excited.
So we have the teams.
Should we announce them?
Yeah.
All right,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
All right.
So it's going to be the Booth Boys, Max and Memes,
John Wilkes,
Hank and PFT.
My good friend Hank.
Yep.
PFT Enterprises.
And me and Zach. And so it's going to be three teams, which we feel like that's a good, because when we do, like, if we did 5 solos, it would be tough to pick Mount Rushmore.
You know what? Lesser men than me and Hank would complain about being teamed up with the other one because we did finish last and second to last season. But this is just a great comeback story for it. What
Yeah.
a great opportunity we have, Hank.
Yeah, and PFT and I we're in lockstep. We're kind of all eyes focused on the Internet Invitational. So this is just another way
Yeah.
for us to get closer.
Yeah.
Work together.
No bickering.
No bickering.
No bickering.
No bickering.
It's
No.
this is gonna bring us closer than anything.
Like, the thing about me and Hank is that when people say that we get into fights, it's all a bit. And we're never actually in fights with each other.
Yeah.
You guys just don't get it.
Yeah.
So
We don't
yeah,
even have to like debate. We'll just know. It's kind of like let's read each other's minds.
You know, we should debate a little bit.
it's going to be awesome. So we're going to do it. Please
No, we
submit.
shouldn't debate.
Why not?
You should absolutely debate. Please submit
Hank's already being a piece of shit about this.
Mount Rushmore ideas. What you want to hear. We've done a lot of them. It's our 9th Mount Rushmore season. Covered them, a lot of them. But I can't wait for Mount Rushmore
Water.
season. Water.
I can't wait for a color.
Mount Rushmore of yellow
Color.
things.
I can't
Color.
wait for a color.
God, I think we're going to have to lead with the color. On Wednesday.
Color ones are the best.
Colors are great. Zach, are you ready for this? Zach, on Friday, we had him do. Were you here for his pistachio ice cream?
No.
Yeah, we asked him to, like, on the spot, Mount Rushmore of ice creams, and he.
Oh, I heard that. I
and
listened.
The 4th
I
was
listened.
pistachio, so
did?
that's a problem.
You listened to the whole show?
Yeah. The boys driving back from Pebble. We listened.
Oh, because I heard.
I also might have fallen asleep during that. Too.
I heard a rumor, Hank, that you were wondering when we're going to be interviewing Cal Raleigh.
Well, that was the PMT group
You thought
text.
that maybe it was today that we were going to be.
Well, the
interviewing
text
him.
was the.
But the episode
Memes
came out
said,
on
what's
Friday.
the-
Memes is on Memes is on the pip. This is crazy.
Memes
This
text
is
in
a
the group
private
text.
text
What are we
message to
running?
Memes.
Who are we running tomorrow? I said Cal Raleigh, and then you text him on the side saying, "When are we interviewing Cal Raleigh?" Memes tweeted about Cal Raleigh like 100 times.
What's the game plan for interviews today? Just Kyle Raleigh for Monday's show.
Yeah.
So interviews today. I thought that, and you said Kyle Raleigh for Monday.
Yeah.
I thought that meant you're interviewing Kyle Raleigh today for Monday.
No,
Again,
we interviewed him last
posted-
Thursday.
He was here. There was
I was-
behind the
you guys
scene.
blessed
The
me with a
Mariners
vacation, like,
posted
you-
it.
what-
True.
and maybe he came in and then he was going to do the interview. Like the way that was worded, what's the game plan for interviews today?
Yeah.
And you answered Kyle Raleigh.
So, is that your only who's back? Is just a show announcement?
Sammy Sosa,
USA.
Keegan Bradley, Karen Reed's back.
Karen
She's free.
Reed. Yeah. So what happened with Karen Reed?
She's innocent. She got ruled innocent.
She
so
got
she's
off?
Free. Yeah,
Good for her.
Good for her.
good for her.
Yeah.
Karen Reed's back. So
A lot of
that's
women
4.
never get off. Yeah.
I can't wait to watch another Netflix documentary about it. I do think there will be another one, and I'm excited to watch it.
So was it a hung jury or was
It
it
was a hung jury the first time.
this time not
This
guilty?
one was innocent.
Yeah,
Not guilty.
she got charged for I think
DUI?
operating.
Yeah.
Operating a vehicle under the
Okay.
influence, but not charged for murder.
so now
And Brad Marchand. I mean, watching Brad Marchand.
are the cops going to get charged?
I don't think so.
So who's going to be? No one else is going to be charged with this guy's death.
Yeah, find the dog.
Brad
Good
Marchand
point.
back?
Brad
You
Marchand.
find the dog. Find the dog.
Find the dog. Find the
The
killer.
dog, yeah. The dog leads you to everything.
Yeah.
That just makes no sense. They just gave away the dog.
Yeah. No. Zero
Instantly.
sense. And that they can't find it.
Yeah. Wait, they've looked for the dog?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know they looked for the dog.
Yes.
So they killed the dog.
Yes.
Okay. That's fucked up.
I know. Just Brad Marchand is just putting on a clinic, celebrating the cup.
He celebrates well.
Celebrates so well. Trolling, like he's like, not a big social media guy. Then he wins the cup and he's just like trolling Instagram stories, partying.
Yeah, he was
just, like,
doing the
posting
around
random people at the bar. Where it's just like
and doing the around the. He went around the table and just said thanks. Like he would just post a picture of like a player and be like thanks Sabres. Here's Seth Jones. Thanks Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Just going around. Yeah. And I do not think he posts very often, if at all.
No, I followed him on Instagram. I didn't even realize I did, and then all of a sudden he's just been the most active guy.
Oh man, yeah, crowd surfing with the Stanley Cup at 11. If you've been to 11, it is quite something. That might be the number one place to celebrate a championship. Mm-hmm. I don't even understand how 11 exists. It's a club that's also a strip club, but not a strip club. But if you're sitting in 11 for more than 5 minutes, like a super hot stripper will come up and be like, hey, you want a lap dance? But it's still not a strip club. Is that a good way to explain it?
Tusi everywhere.
But it is a strip club, but it's
isn't.
not. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I know,
right.
I know.
When you think of strip club, you think of like, all right, you go there and all that's happening is strippers. 11 is a club.
Yeah.
But it just happens that strippers do come up to you every 5 minutes being like, do you want a lap dance?
It's because it's Miami.
Yeah.
It's like kind of classy because it's Miami.
And it also doesn't really like, I think I went to 11 once at like, I think I was calling to try to get a table and I was like, we're going to roll in at like 1 a.m. And the guy like laughed at me. He's like, oh, okay. Like we're barely open at 1. Like we're just starting.
It's like Europe.
Then you leave at like 5 a.m. and it's around the block line.
Hank and I went to 11 together one time.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, open 24 hours a day.
Yep.
It's quite something. I would say probably number one place to celebrate the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I mean PFT got to celebrate in Vegas. I feel like that's probably 2, but
yeah,
that was nice.
11 is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Hakkasan was cool. No strippers. That's the one thing I'll say.
Again, they might not even be strippers at 11. They might just like you so much that they want to give you a lap dance.
It could have been over the top if there were boobs.
It basically is. Yeah, it's basically a strip club, but you don't feel like it's a strip club. So then you think like, oh man, these really hot chicks like me.
Mm-hmm.
The one time I went to 11, I got so drunk that I left with my girlfriend, and I told her that I can't leave with her because I have a girlfriend. And it was her.
That's awesome.
Yep. That's such a good guy move.
Oh man,
I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Okay. Good. Who's back?
Thank you.
Great. Who's back?
Thank you.
My who's back of the week is the USA.
Yeah.
Because we vanquished our foes, Saudi Arabia, Trinidad and Tobago, and Haiti, our big rivals in soccer.
Nice.
So all three, these were teams that don't like each other very much. No love lost. Beat Saudi Arabia on Thursday 1-0, and then beat Haiti 2-1. So now we advance to the Gold Cup. I don't know, whatever the fuck the next round is, maybe against Mexico.
Okay.
So big stuff for U.S. soccer.
That's huge.
I really don't give a shit, but I do care when the U.S. does play Mexico. Then I will care.
Yeah.
Because that's the one time I tap into U.S. soccer and really give a fuck about it. I just want to see the team playing good because it's the last tournament that we have before the whole World Cup tune-ups and the World Cup next year.
Got it.
So yeah, suck at Haiti. Suck at Saudi Arabia.
Never had a chance.
Never had a chance. If you listen, beating a heated rival like Saudi Arabia 1-0 in a tournament that means everything, like we're on the right foot.
Yeah.
Poke's got the boys rolling.
Absolutely. Poke in.
Poke in. Yeah, well, I think we're poke in right now.
We're poke
but
in.
if he loses to Costa Rica or Mexico.
Is it Poch?
I don't know.
I think it's Poch.
Pochettino.
Poach?
Pochettino.
Poke?
It doesn't rhyme with Coach Poach.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not. I watch the World Cup. I'm not tuned into the CONCACAF Gold Cup unless we lose, and then I'll be like, ha.
I also like that we played against Saudi Arabia in the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Yeah, makes a lot.
Our
of
neighbors.
Sense. Yeah. Okay,
Where's CONCACAF?
CONCACAF, it's the biggest tournament in the world.
Federative. I don't know. What
I mean,
it stands for.
It's the most prestigious soccer organization in FIFA, with teams such as Haiti, Saudi Arabia,
Tobago.
and Trinidad and Tobago. We beat two teams 5-0 when we beat Trinidad and Tobago.
Confederation of North Central America and Caribbean Association Football.
Like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, wait, that makes sense.
Don't worry about it. Saudi Arabia was just like, hey, can we get in?
Yeah, no problem. All right, my who's back of the week is World War III. We're doing it again, boys. I think this is the 5th World War III that's happened in the last 4 years.
Getting the gang back together, yeah.
Yeah. The strategy of just not saying anything online has really worked out for all the previous World War IIIs. Because when everyone freaks out and says, "Oh, World War III is happening," and then in 2 weeks there's not a World War III, and you look like an
Let's
idiot.
not jinx anything here.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You're this is COVID all over again.
No, it's
Big
not.
Cat,
Yes, it is.
We've all
This ain't gonna be World War III, buddy.
we've all thought the same thing, which is World War III has been it started like 6 different times. I just don't want to say that it's not starting now.
World War IIIs have been overrated. There's been like 100. We're on World War IX now. 10. We're on World War X.
What did you say if they canceled the NCAA tournament?
I inject myself in COVID. I did end up getting COVID like 5 different times, so that was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
It's not World War III yet. It's just
I'm so sick of everyone saying World War III just started.
It's just running back the Middle East war that we do every 11 years.
Yeah, dude. World War III. Oh, it's going to be World War III. What are we going to do? What should we do on Monday? Should we go to work? Yeah.
I got to say, I've been doing a lot of reading about the operation with the B-2 bombers.
Dude, those guys flying there and back without stopping is badass.
Yeah, we had the refueling planes up in the air.
And the
B-2s.
guy tweeting about it before in Missouri, being like, "Yo, I just saw some B-2 bombers outside my house."
Yeah.
He had he broke World War III before anyone else.
Shout out to B-2 bomber because we've had that for forever and it's still untouchable.
Yeah.
They didn't see it on radar, and then they didn't even see the other. By the way, this is what we did was quite literally the plot of Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
Which goes to show you that we didn't need F-18s in Top Gun 2. Like I love that movie. But if most people are watching that, you're like, why the fuck are they using 4th generation fighters instead of a 5th generation F-35 versus B-2 bombers?
Isn't that what they had in the very beginning?
What do you mean?
Like the first scene in the movie?
No, that was a experimental plane that hasn't been cleared yet.
Got it.
Yeah. Where he went like Mach 11 and then ejected.
Yeah.
And walked into a bar. He's like, "Can I get some milk?" Yeah.
Those planes are fucking sick.
They are.
All right, but yeah, I just always know World War III is happening when I tweet something about sports, and in my replies, people would be like, "Dude, how could you do this? World War III is about to happen."
Yeah.
And then also, my who's back is Jonathan Toews. He's back. He signed with the Winnipeg Jets, his hometown team.
What's been going on with him?
So, kind of a mystery. People thought it was long COVID, and then it was kind of some type of autoimmune, like always being tired.
I think I have that.
Something he couldn't figure out. But I'm happy he's able to now play again, hopefully end his career the right way, because it really sucked that he was, it just sucked the way it ended in Chicago after so many good years. So, yeah, he's back, and I'm rooting for him.
Same.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
He's the fucking man.
Yeah, he is the man. You played golf with him.
I didn't play golf with him. He was in the group behind us. My
You
buddy
played
hit a
golf at the same time as him?
hole in one, and then he came out with us after.
Oh. That's playing golf
Fucking
with him.
man, yeah.
Yeah, no, he is the man. He's the absolute man. So I'm hoping he does well and stays healthy. Okay, Zach, you got a who's back?
I do have a who's back of the week for you.
Okay.
Real quick, my who's back of the week would have to be out there in Houston, Texas over the weekend. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Morgan Wallen, the country singer.
I'm familiar with him.
So Morgan Wallen started. He's got this "I'm the Problem" tour going on right now. He does these tunnel walks before every show. Different celebrities, different guests travel with him into the stadium, onto the stage. In Houston, he went with this Roger Clemens, Drake, and I just feel like that was a fantastic star-studded way to start your weekend. Tour was sold out. It's at the arena where the Texans play. I think he's so back. He's had some controversies. Throwing a chair over the ledge, the Taking Back to God's Country with SNL. And I just was curious.
What other ones?
I just got those ones.
No other.
I think those.
Oh, we went out to a bar during COVID.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, there's a C word one. Yeah, the COVID one was bad.
Oh, C word. There was a C word.
I didn't know if we could say that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say the C word.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you
Anything
guys have?
else?
Do you guys have like a 2-man you'd like to enter a stadium with? Do you have like a 1A, 1B you'd like to travel into a stage with?
Yeah. Hank
Big Cat and
PFT.
PFT.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
So he had Roger Clemens and Drake with him.
He did.
I think Stone Cold and Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I'd go Tom Brady and Lil Wayne.
I think I go Paul Bissonnette and Bonnie Blue.
That'd be nice. Max, you got a pair?
Shane Victorino.
Yeah.
He doesn't even like Shane Victorino that much.
I saw Shane Victorino in the airport last week.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's so sick.
I didn't say hi to him. I was too scared.
Oh, that's a good story, though.
But yeah, what else? Maybe Jason Kelsey and Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins for sure.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah, hype the people up.
That'd be real sick. All right, good. Who's back? Morgan Mullen's back. Did you guys see, by the way?
Is that Drake's first public appearance since the beef?
No.
I feel like I haven't seen him anywhere.
He's been around. He's been like kind of active. I mean, he does his weird gambling stuff. I feel like I've seen those clips.
Yeah, just some streams.
Yeah, he's been streaming.
He does gambling streams?
Yeah.
What a loser.
No, but I don't even know what is
like an
his,
offshore.
Yeah, it's like an offshore, like, yeah. But he's around.
Offshore, like little St. James Island?
Not that offshore.
Okay.
Closer inland.
Got it.
Also, is Shohei back or no? Is he's pitching one inning?
He's opening.
I don't like this.
He's opening. And James Wood took him yard vertically today.
Vertically?
Yeah, he had the highest pop fly I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's sick.
So it was so high, Mookie Betts lost it. It went into the sun.
PFT was telling us about this, and he was like, "You got to find this. You got to see this pop fly."
It's the highest infield pop fly I've ever seen in my life.
Shockingly, there was no replay of this highlight anywhere on the internet.
You remember Jaden Daniels' handoff in week 2?
Yes, this is exactly
this is James Wood's version of the handoff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he looked pretty good. He was throwing some good pitches out there.
I want to see him pitch more than one inning.
Yeah, I would too.
Cal Raleigh, AL MVP. Shohei's probably going to win the NL MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cal Raleigh, let's see. What is the... We're going to get to
What
his
about
interview.
Schwarber?
Well, I want Schwarber to win because I bet on it, but I don't... And that's also NL. So.
Also, how about Shohei breaking up a fight that he was in, that his teammates got into to defend him?
Yeah.
So that was a pretty cool game. I like having the Padres and the Dodgers hate each other because I'm just looking forward to the postseason with those two. But yeah, they plunked Shohei, and then Shohei tried to be the one that broke up the entire fight that got started on his behalf.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Plus 550 still. So, for Cal Raleigh, big dumper. We're going to be talking about it. He's going to hit 67 home runs as a catcher. It's crazy.
Yeah, I put that bet in the second he left the studio. When I love to watch him leave. And I was like, that ass is going to be, that's an MVP ass.
That's an MVP ass. All right, let's get to the interview with Cal Raleigh in studio. Before we get to Cal Raleigh, Pardon My Take is sponsored by BetterHelp. Men today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the U.S. suffer from depression every year, and it's often undiagnosed. It's okay to struggle. Real strength comes from opening up about what you're carrying and doing something about it so you can be at your best for yourself and everyone in your life. If you're a man and you're feeling the weight of the world, talk to someone, a friend, a loved one, a therapist. PFT and I both have seen therapists, been very helpful. Even if you don't think you have something right now that's bothering you top of mind, just talking through with someone day-to-day stuff is really, really helpful. So with over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/PMT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/PMT. We're also brought to you by our friends at Fruit of the Loom. For some reason, guys hold on to their underwear way too long. Why? Who knows? But when a fresh, comfortable, well-designed pair of Fruit of the Loom costs less than your morning coffee, there's really no excuse. Listen, guys, underwear is very important, especially summertime. You need the right stuff, and Fruit of the Loom's got it. Refresh your underwear drawer today with well-made, well-priced Fruit of the Loom. I know that I'm about to do a full underwear overhaul. I like to get all the same underwear, all the same socks. I'm going to do it with Fruit of the Loom. So Fruit of the Loom delivers legendary comfort and iconic style you can trust. With nearly 175 years of expertise, we craft essentials that feel like designer, but at a fraction of the price. Throw out those old underwears. Come on, let's get feeling good with Fruit of the Loom. Let's do it, okay? Let's feel good. Let's make sure we take care of ourselves with Fruit of the Loom. It's time to refresh your underwear drawer with well-made, well-priced Fruit of the Loom, the most comfortable stuff out there. So go get it now, Fruit of the Loom. Okay, here he is, Cal Raleigh. Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest. He is the best catcher in baseball, also should be AL MVP this year. It is Cal Raleigh from the Seattle Mariners. Cal, Big Dumper. Is that do people just yell Big Dumper? I would imagine it's gotten a little out of hand where people are just yelling Big Dumper at you all the time.
Yeah, it's more Big Dumper, Dumpy, than it is anything else. So it's Cal's kind of thing of the past.
I would imagine the nickname Big Dumper. It's one of those things like you get it given to you. There's really nothing you can do about it. But I'll say this: it's a little bit of a weird nickname, but it's hard in sports to have a unique new nickname, and that one's as unique as it gets.
Yeah, it's not the one you draw up, the one you think you would ever get, but it's kind of like you said. Not a lot of people get actual real nicknames like that. So, you take what you can get.
Yeah, and then we get the Big Dumper goes poo poo whenever you hit a home run, which I fucking love.
Yeah, that tweet.
Yeah. As soon as that Mariners fan sent me that tweet, I sent it to you, and I was just like, every time he hits a home run, I'm just gonna think about this in my head. Big Dumper goes poo poo.
Oh, I saw that one, and then there was another one. Somebody said it's like when he hits 2 home runs, it's taking a deuce or a double dumper deuce or something.
Double deuce. You can upper deck them too.
Yeah, there you go.
You hit a moonshot.
There you go.
Yeah. It's probably not the nickname you would have liked. Did you have another nickname before that one got forced upon you?
Not one like that. People always kind of, they've always talked about, how big my butt is and everything. But
Yeah.
it was never really anything like that. So, and the funny thing was the guy who, Jared Kelnick, he's the one who came up with it. He had never even called me that or said that to me before. He always made fun of me, but he said that in a tweet or something, and then just
it blew up.
Kind of took off.
When in your career were you like, oh, I do have a fat ass?
Oh, I've known for it's been a long ever since high school. It's just been something that's it's like an eyesore, just completely sticks out.
No, it's good though. It generates a lot of power.
Hey, whatever works.
It's an asset. It's really good for you.
Yeah.
When they unveiled the new see-through pants last year, we were like, oh shit.
Oh jeez.
That was trouble.
That was a disaster.
So we were talking about this the other day on the show, but the baseballs are apparently different this year. The seams are a little bit higher.
The drag they've been talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of drag on the ball. Did you notice that as a catcher?
I mean, it's such a small difference if there is one. So, obviously, as a hitter, you want a little less. You'd rather see balls going a little further. So,
yeah.
I haven't noticed anything quite yet, but
you have 27 home runs. Right?
Whatever they're doing with them right now is fine.
Yeah, it's working for you.
Yeah.
Is it? It is crazy. 27 home runs leads Major League Baseball. We're taping this on Thursday, on June 19th, so we don't know what's going to happen in the weekend because we're going to run this next week. But catchers don't hit that many home runs. You're just an anomaly. Where is it most of the time catchers are just because of the toll of catching, they just don't have the power, or how are you able to do it?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors, right? Obviously catching, your first priorities, taking care of the pitcher, defense. It's always usually glove first and then the bat second. You don't get to play as often because a lot of guys, you need that extra day off, or maybe your bat's not getting the lineup as often. So it's just a very taxing position too on the body and the mind. So getting in every day is tough, and a lot of guys, like I said, it's a glove first position. Kind of anything up the middle, those guys usually have to focus a little more on defense. So, it can be tough sometimes.
Yeah. How much extra prep do you have to put in as a catcher that you look at, you see your teammates like a first baseman, right fielder, they show up, they know what their job is. They do, some advanced scouting, know where they need to play in position, but their job is show up, do pretty much the same thing that they normally do, step up to the plate and mash. And then you have to put in, I would imagine, a lot more time than them, where you're going over, any sort of scouting for all the batters, all that stuff. How much more time do you spend as a catcher than an average player?
Yeah, at least half my time's, put in to, worrying about, game calling, worrying about the pitchers, things like that, meetings. So a lot of things that don't, directly involve me. So but that's just kind of how it is. And you know, you learn to kind of deal with it and kind of set your routine that way. So yeah, usually the first day of series they're a lot longer just because we got, you know, meetings, we got you know, scouting reports, stuff like that we got to go over. So it's it can be a little time consuming at times.
Yeah.
Can I bring up a sore subject?
Yeah.
All right, so the playoff loss to the Houston Astros a few years ago, the 18-inning game. How bad did that suck as a catcher?
A marathon.
Yeah.
I know. I think that was one of the first years they did the guy in second rule.
Yeah.
With guys starting second in extra innings, but in the playoffs they don't do that. So, and that was pre-pitch clock too. So it was that was such a long game. It was 2 games in one. It was a marathon. You know, it started at like 1 and then it went all the way to 8 or something. It was like 6 and some change. So it was a really long game, but with the adrenaline how high it was, you really at the time didn't have any, you know, afterwards I felt it, but with all the adrenaline being a playoff game and everything, didn't really feel it at the time. So
I would imagine the morning after you wake up, just legs killing.
it was a long day.
Yeah. Do you just always feel like you just did your first squat, like you know, exercise for like the first time in a month? Because like I would like, are your legs just always sore?
I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, you know, when you build up all that tolerance, it's just, you know, after a while, it just becomes normal.
Yeah.
You definitely notice though, like after some day games, they can be a little more tired just because you're not getting as much rest, and sometimes you got the heat and the sun and things like that. Playing in certain places, you can feel a little more just because, you know, emotionally, you know, it'll take a toll on you a little bit mentally as well. Like those games, I always say, like games in Houston, Boston, New York, playing in the places like that where you feel like the teams, you know, the pressure's constantly on and the fans are on top of you and it's hot. Those take a little more out of you. You know, more so than some other places.
How does it work with pitchers? Is it just like pitcher to pitcher? There's some pitchers that you know that they're going to want to pitch their way and you're not really going to call the game much. And then there's some that like, hey, he's giving me the keys here. Like I'm calling it for him.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's different. You know, there's some guys that they're really involved in, you know, what they want to call and how they want to attack hitters and their plan. And there's some guys that are just like, I don't care. I'm throwing whatever you put down. Like you got it, take it. And, you know, it is funny how different guys are. So they, you know, like I said, a lot of the guys do, you know, put a lot of trust in me, which, you know, so I try to take a lot of pride in calling a game and doing the scouting. So, we also have a lot of young guys too. So kind of help them along and, you know, learn the ropes, and some guys have done a really good job and kind of take ownership in that. So,
what about an ephus? Are you going to call an ephus?
George Kirby threw a knuckleball.
Okay.
A couple of years ago.
Is that hard? Was it just impossible to catch, or?
It was disgusting. It was Tim Wakefield had just passed away that morning or the night before, and it was the last game of the season, and we had just gotten, you know, eliminated from contention the day before. So he's like, I'm going to throw a knuckleball, try to find a way to mix it in today. And he threw it to Corey Seager, and it was, I mean, if you find the video, it's disgusting. It's on like Pitching Ninja, all that stuff. Like, it was.
Why doesn't he throw it more?
I don't know. I mean, he was on the shelf early this year. I mean, it might be a real pitch, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a whiff out of it. He swung and missed.
That's
so
huge.
I almost missed it myself. So
yeah,
because I never.
Is it like way harder to catch for a knuckleballer?
I don't even know if I ever. That's the only real one I think I've ever caught in the game.
So you're 1 for 1. You're perfect.
1 for 1.
Yeah,
Statistically the best in the history
Maybe
of baseball.
we had a guy in the minor leagues. He maybe threw a couple. He was a big dude, like 6'8", like three bills. Like
that's a funny.
Let's get that guy in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
JT Salter was his name.
Okay,
so
let's get him called up.
I remember the Red Sox when they had Wakefield pitching. They used to have Doug Mirabili as his like specific catcher. And one time, didn't they sign him? He was like he maybe retired or something, but they signed him, and then he had a police escort from Logan Airport to the game to get him there for first pitch in time.
Yeah.
It's like a different. Maybe you can tell me like what's different about catching a knuckleball.
I mean, you just don't know what the ball is going to do, right? I mean, it's kind of the same way with like a fork ball. You know, there's no consistent spin. There's no rhyme or reason of what the ball is going to do. So you just have no idea. So, you know, at least on, you know, curve balls, sliders, you know what the ball's generally going to do in that direction. But with that, the pitcher doesn't even really know what it's going to do. It could take off right, left, up, down. Like, you're really just playing goalie.
Yeah.
You're not really even like Logan Gilbert, one of our pitchers. He throws a splitter. It's more fork ball type, but he calls it a splitter. And you just don't know. I can't. I'm more just, like I said, trying to keep it in front than I am trying to catch it.
Yeah. Have you ever forgotten what pitch a pitcher's about to throw as he's delivering it?
Oh, good question.
No. Sometimes in warm-ups, I'm not paying attention and they'll like give their little sign, like, with their glove, a little action.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get a little nervous and I'll kind of like bail out of the way. But it's been pretty rare. So
that would happen to me all the time. I'd be like, I think this is a slider.
Yeah.
It's a little easier now with the pitch column because they got, they're yelling in your ear. So you can at least hear it.
So I got a couple dumb questions. One of them is about pitch comm. Do you still paint your nails?
No, I don't do that anymore.
Do you miss that?
I mean, I don't miss the painting of them because it would make a mess everywhere. But they did start making some like stickers.
Okay.
So that was a little easier on the nails rather than having to do whiteout on your nails.
Do you miss though, like calling the game with the fingers and stuff? Kind of badass.
Yeah, I mean,
when you throw the one down for a fastball and it's just like, here it comes.
It was a lot simpler. I don't miss because you obviously have to change up signs with runner in second because guys are stealing signs. It's part of the game. I don't miss doing that because it got really complicated. And guys, now with all the cameras in the league, guys would, all their scouts would have everybody sign. So they would know, all right, this guy comes in, he does second sign, shake the first. Or this guy does, last sign, first sign. So guys would already know. So you'd be constantly having to change them and it would be taking too long between the games. So I don't miss that part with pitch comm, but with nobody on base, you don't really need the pitch comm.
Yeah.
Nobody's out there, so it's honestly quicker to do it with the fingers than I think the pitch comm.
All right, another dumb question. Are there any umps that get like a little too close? Where you're like, oh, I got this guy tonight. He's going to be like literally riding my back?
They want to get as close as they can. It's kind of like catchers. They want to get close so they can try to steal strikes. Same thing for umpires. They want to try to get as close as they can to see every pitch. And some guys, a lot of the older guys, they'll give you that kind of like pushback. So like, especially if a ball, it's coming their way, I'm set up a little bit this way and they're kind of exposed. They'll give me that like push in the back and you gotta remind them like, hey, you're pushing me. Like, oh, you're not trying to do it on purpose, but they get flinchy back there.
Right. And then
get a little nervous.
And then last dumb question about umps. You ever fart on an ump?
I mean, yeah. I've logged too many innings to not.
Has an ump ever noticed?
To let one
be like,
slip.
dude, what was that?
Nobody's ever said anything. But I know. I mean,
you know when they're thinking it.
Yeah, it's like when you walk in a room and it's the same thing. I mean, I try not to make it a habit.
Yeah,
but you're in that position all the time. You're compressing your body a lot. Sometimes some just squeaks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're squatted down for that long.
Yeah.
Bad pregame meal.
Yeah, and you were telling me that you have a soft serve machine in the clubhouse in Seattle, and the nutritionist tried to take it away a couple of years ago, and you guys had like a mutiny.
Yes, I think this was in 21, so it was my rookie year. So obviously, like I come up and think it's the coolest thing ever. Soft serve machine, just the whole room in general's got all the snacks you can think of, and it was right after, it was post All-Star break. They tried to like sneak it out during the break. That way people wouldn't know. And like I said, you would have thought the world was ending.
Wait, so everyone showed up and it just wasn't there?
It wasn't there and people were pissed.
Oh, man.
And they made it a point, and it didn't even take, I think it took 3 days to get it back.
I
in
love
the
that.
clubhouse. And that's the one thing that'll never be taken out of there.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with the Braves back when, you remember when the Mets had that late season collapse and the Braves kind of gradually overtook them in September?
Yeah.
I think they put the ice cream machine back in before that whole thing started.
Yeah.
It's just good vibes having an ice cream machine around. Everyone's happier at work.
Nobody wants a fruit bar around. They want the
right.
They want the ice cream machine. They don't want.
Yeah.
I mean, keep people happy.
Yeah, I have
little things.
I have a personal request on behalf of this podcast. Are you going to be in the home run derby?
If they ask me, I think that'd be pretty fun.
Okay.
Right?
I think you should be in the home run derby.
We got a guy you got to take down.
Who is it?
Christian Yelich.
Is he gonna be in it?
He's flirting with it.
We cannot let him go poo-poo.
Yeah.
That's a no-go for us.
No.
If he wins the home run derby, we have to eat each other's ass.
That was the rule.
Yeah,
It's a long
it's
story.
like a 7-year bet now. Yeah, it was a long time
Has he
ago.
been in?
No, he's never been in it. There was the one year where he was like geared up to do it and he hurt his back. So if listen, we're simple. We could do the easy way. You could just beat him in the home run derby, or we could do the hard way, and you could just beat him with a baseball bat before the home run derby. Whichever one you want to do.
I think it'd be more fun to at least make you guys a little nervous.
Okay.
I'll beat him in the derby. So.
Yeah, I mean, you will. You're a much better home run hitter than Christian Yelich is. So yeah,
Don't give him bulletin board material.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to gas my man up.
Yeah. I mean, you are.
He's a good player though.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's all right.
He's fine.
He's kind of skinny though.
He's fine. Are you okay with us saying that you should be the MVP? Because he's obviously going up against Judge, but I think the catching part of it is insane. Like you're catching so much. I mean, I know you DH a little, but it's nuts. Your glove and your what are you top? Are you top 2 in throwing guys out? Maybe. Let me look that up. I think you are. I think you're pretty elite at that.
You're like the Shohei Ohtani of baseball.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
wild.
You
I don't
are.
know about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, leads catchers in stealing 8 or yeah. So you've only given up 8 stolen bases.
There might be more than that.
Really?
It feels like more.
Okay.
My pitchers would probably argue with me, but
Does that when you give up a stolen base, is that demoralizing? You're like, fuck.
no. I mean, a lot of that's
That's the pitcher's fault.
yeah, they don't they're not quick to the plate. You
Yeah.
know? And that seems to be a tale as old as time. Pitchers not remembering that somebody else is on the base and they just let them take off.
Yeah.
You can't really do much about it back there. So
Yeah.
we try to limit them, but some guys take their time.
Okay.
How many stolen bases do you have this season?
I got 8.
That's pretty good.
I know.
I think as
dumper.
long as you can steal more bases than guys steal on you, that's a plus season, right?
I just I took our manager had the record for a catcher in the season for the Mariners,
Yeah.
and I just broke it the other day.
Oh
so
hell yes.
so we're on
I told him I was
pace.
gonna take the bag and hold up like Ricky.
Yeah,
did.
Ricky Anderson. Wait, do you have the green light?
Sometimes
So that's not. You do not have the green light.
it's more like a yellow light. It's like
yeah. How many times have you been caught?
2. So
Okay.
8 for 10 right now.
And that's got to be that's a bummer when you come back to the dugout.
yeah, because it's like you shouldn't have been stealing there.
Yeah.
He's a slow guy. So. If it's like somebody fast like Julio or something, it's like
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Me,
yeah,
it's
fine.
like you might need to shut it down for a while.
We'll get back to Cal Raleigh in a second. He's brought to you by Proper 12. I'm PFT here. I'm making my Irish entrance with Proper number 12 Irish whiskey. How do you make an Irish entrance, you ask? It starts with a shot of Proper number 12 Irish whiskey because real friends don't let friends Irish exit a party without a story to tell. Original Proper number 12 is a rich and smooth blend of golden grain and single malt, aged 4 years in bourbon barrels, mixed up with some ginger ale for a classic and refreshing Proper ginger. In the mood for something smooth but a little sweeter? Try Proper Irish Apple. It's a delicious blend of Proper's award-winning Irish whiskey with crisp, fresh notes of apple. So get out there, make your Irish entrance. Anything else just wouldn't be proper. Make your Irish entrance with Proper number 12 Irish whiskey. Cal Raleigh is also brought to you by Sunglass Hut. Sunglasses are more than just eye protection. They're a transformation. When you put on a pair, you're not just shielding your eyes from the sun, you're reshaping how you see the world and how the world sees you. Sunglasses are more than an accessory. They're a way to express who you are, how you feel, and how you take on the world. Sunglasses are more than a shield from the light. They allow you to own your moment in so many ways. I wear sunglasses just about every day, just about all day, every day. Sunglasses are everything to me, and luckily Sunglass Hut has the best selection for the summer with a wide range of styles and an incredible in-store experience to help you feel like your best self. Find the perfect pair that speaks to you and embrace the power of sunglasses. Visit Sunglass Hut today and make every moment truly yours. Sunglass Hut. Own your moment. And now, here's more Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to see you run more. Do you pay attention to the on-pace stats?
I don't think so.
Like, if you hit, obviously you're at 27 right now. Do you ever look that up online and be like, what am I on pace for this season?
Oh, I would be interested in my stolen bases for sure.
Let's see. That'd probably be, I would imagine, right around like 15, right?
Yeah. 16.
Those are good numbers.
That's really good.
We
numbers.
halfway through yet?
We're close to halfway through. I don't know if we're all the way halfway through.
But
yeah.
like, do you look at your home run stats and you're like, after if you homer on opening day, you're like, man, I'm on pace for
162?
162 home runs.
Yeah, we're a little less than halfway. So you are on pace for 50 home runs. That'd be pretty sick.
What's better, that or the stolen bases?
I'd say the home runs.
I'd say so.
How sweet is it to hit a home run? It's got to be the best feeling ever.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Rounding the bases, is probably nothing better in sports.
Yeah.
I mean, for like an actual individual thing, football, you throw a touchdown, there's 2 people on the end of the play. Great catch, I guess that's fun, but not a lot of people get to circle the bases like that, especially in a big moment too. Walk off homers, things like that.
What's your favorite home run you ever hit?
The one in 22 when I walked it off
Against the A's?
Yeah, sent us to the postseason.
Yeah.
That one was pretty.
That one's badass.
Yeah, that one was. That's the one you dream about. Right?
Yeah.
Like in the backyard, you're playing with the wiffle ball bat.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. By the way, the record for catcher home runs is Javi Lopez. So, and you're ahead of pace on that. So let's do it. Let's get it. He had 42 in 2003.
See what we can do.
Or actually, no, wait. Salvador Perez had 48 in 2021, but he didn't play. I don't think he played as many. I don't think he caught as many games as you're going to end up catching.
Yeah, he DH'd a lot.
Yeah, well, listen,
he's been DHing a little bit.
Whatever the stats go out, we're going to make sure that you have number one. We'll fine tune it. We can really kind of massage the stats for you.
Finagle a little.
Yeah, we got you.
We do a fantasy league every year. It's called Dingers Only. So only home runs count in our fantasy league. I think that you might go in the top 10.
I had
Probably
you 2
top
years
5.
ago,
Yeah.
kind of before you were like a big name, and it saved my season.
Do you by position?
It's it's the simplest fantasy league you could ever create. It's just everyone has 9 players, and it's just the only stat is home runs.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah,
Pretty
and
fun.
we also started halfway through the season, which that doesn't really make sense.
What? So you haven't even started yet?
No, we haven't drafted yet. So actually, are you okay with whoever drafts you? Like, I'll call you and like we'll do it like an NFL draft, being like, "Hey, you ready to join my Dingers Only team?"
Yeah, they'll get a jersey or something.
Yeah. Be like, "I'm ready to go, coach. Yeah, I'm ready to hit some home runs."
Value-wise, you might be number 1.
Yeah,
Right? Because like if you're in that many home runs as a catcher, that's huge.
positional value, you might be number 1 in Dingers Only.
Yeah, catcher.
Yeah.
It's not a home run position. So
Yeah.
I have a question about the art of catching and framing pitches.
okay.
Is there like a limit to how far out of the strike zone a pitch will be that you'll try to frame? Or will you try to frame everything?
There's a limit, right? Something ridiculous, you can't. But I don't know. You're trying to steal strikes, so like borderline, pitches that look somewhat good to your eye. Like you're gonna frame it, and then, there are some where it's just like, all right, no need for that.
We can't make this one work.
Yeah, you gotta respect the game a little bit.
Is there a frame job that you're most proud of?
I don't know. One off the top of my head, I don't think so. It's gotten a lot smaller. I don't know if you guys read that article that came out about the buffer zone with the umpires. They basically there was a 2-inch buffer zone that shrunk down to like 0.7.
Oh shit.
5 inches of a buffer zone. So umpires this year have been calling a lot more balls just because they're going to get docked basically because they're getting, just like we are as players, they're getting graded out and see how well they do in their performance. And so they've been a lot more tighter this year with that being introduced. So that's kind of been the thing this year.
How do we feel about the robot umps?
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out on robot umps.
We agree.
Yeah,
Podcast.
don't you want to keep a little bit of the baseball in it,
Yeah.
Like a little bit of like, you want to see managers and, guys getting ejected. Like it's part of the game. So,
Yeah.
And they've taken away with replay. There's no more, it's not a lot of arguing going on besides at home plate. And if you take that away, it's like, there's not, you need a little bit of excitement in the game. You want to see guys throwing rosin bags and
Yeah.
the whole thing,
The
right?
slow little trot that the manager does when he goes out, like the short little steps, but he's moving his arms like he's running.
Right.
And then he's like collecting his thoughts and he gets to home plate and just explodes on the ump. That's part of the beauty of the game of baseball.
And
agree.
it also like our take is simple that if you took away all refs and umps from all sports, you're basically eliminating like 50% of conversations guys can have with each other. Like like if your team loses, you have to be able to blame a human being,
Yeah, you want to
be like, oh, that robot.
get pissed at that that umpire. You want to at least blame somebody.
Yeah, right.
you know? So there's the human element of it. So it's not a bunch of robots out there playing. You don't want a bunch of robots umpiring.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the system's at yet. If it's off by a little bit, if it's not, if it's perfect, and like two is like, you're going to get everybody's size right. Like, is his zone going to change? Aaron Judge versus Jose Altuve. Like, it's a lot.
Get the robots out. Have you ever had to stop a guy from charging the mound?
No, I mean I've had to step in between.
Do you have a move? Are you like in your head, like kind of like I think like, oh man, if someone's gonna hijack this plane, I'm gonna be such a badass. Do you have that going through your head? Like, man, if this guy steps towards my pitcher, I'm gonna be such a badass here.
I've always said that I'm going to try to tackle him from behind.
Yeah,
Just because, like, obviously he's going to be going, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it in time.
dude. Honestly, what you should do, and I don't know why catchers don't do this, like just let him like kind of run and just trip him. That would be so like how embarrassing is that if you get if you just throw your foot and like the guy you can't get up from a trip and still be as mad because you're now just embarrassed about falling on your face.
Yeah, I don't know what his next move would be. Would he continue to go? Do I trip him again?
Then have your pitcher ready to trip him back.
Do I just tackle him? Just sit on him?
Yeah, sit on him.
I don't know. I've always imagined in my head I would just try to tackle him before he gets there, but
Think about the trip.
What you do is, you wait for him to run, and then when the back leg goes out, you just kick that leg to the side, and then it hits their other leg.
That's as embarrassing as embarrassing gets.
They might even just laugh. They might even realize how silly this whole thing is and be like, "Yeah, it's pretty funny."
I don't know if they'd be laughing.
Yeah. Do you
they get double embarrassed?
Yeah. Do you talk to the guys in the batter's box?
Yeah, some guys are real chatty in there.
Really?
Some
like
guys
pitch to pitch or just when they Oh, really?
Pitch to pitch, yeah.
What are they talking about?
Depending on the day, you know. Some guys, like I said, real chirpy, real funny in the box, like to, either make fun of themselves or, talk about what pitch they think's coming next or and some guys, it's once they say hey, they don't say anything else again. It's focused, kind of locked in. Nathaniel Lowe for the Nationals. He's one. He loves the chirp, loves the chat, and every single time he comes up, he's like, "All right, you know where I like it." I say, "All right, here it comes, right in the middle."
Yeah, are you allowed to talk when they're about to swing?
Oh yeah, it's
do
free
that?
Game. Yeah, I mean, some people will be talking as the guy's coming in his windup and everything, and I'm just like, all right, if you want to chat, we'll chat.
Do you have
get in your head?
Is it like game respect game when another catcher steps up? You guys had like share professional courtesy?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty much across the league now. Everybody, it's just known. You say hey to both the ump and the catcher now. So I think some younger guys don't just because they don't know when they come up. Rookies, they're just like quiet and they keep their head down and they don't want to. Which is a good thing, but it's pretty much common courtesy now. A lot of guys will like tap the
give you a little love tap.
Remember Brandon Phillips did that to Yadi and they got in the fight.
Yeah.
So some guys, it just depends on the guy.
So you're growing up, your dad was a coach. Mm-hmm. Did he coach you throughout like all your little league? Because he was a real coach, like he coached college.
Yeah,
right?
he's a college coach.
So did he coach you any of your teams or no?
No, he didn't. He was always coaching college. So, he was not my coach. There's 1 or 2 years in high school when he finished up. He did some stuff, but no, I was always with him at the field.
Yeah,
that's
practice. The perfect coach's son because he's not coaching your actual team, so people can't be like this guy's just getting preferential treatment, but he also is coaching you the other times.
Not the shortstop hitting third.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, like is this guy good or is he just the coach's son? So you had it made.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, there's like five coaches on the team, and all their kids are hitting first five in the order. It's like, come on now, all playing infield.
Yeah.
So you won the Platinum Glove Award. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's when you got your gold. Did you get the Gold Glove first or the Platinum Glove?
Gold and then platinum.
Did you think that there was a chance you could get platinum last year?
I mean, no, not. I mean, I was just happy to win the gold, right? And then they announced that at the award at the banquet, so I didn't think I was going to win that, and wasn't in my mind, and it was kind of a cool little thing I didn't know I could do. Honestly.
Yeah. Do you keep them in the same place in your house?
They are in my locker right now.
Oh,
yeah, they were presented to me this year, so they presented to me at like one of the first games of the year. So right now they're in the top of my locker. I gotta find out where we're.
That's kind of a flex.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. So when the reporters come in, they see it.
Well, it isn't top. It's not.
Oh, you got to get it visible. Yeah. Just let them know like this is who you're talking.
I think
to.
it's a little bit cooler that you have them where nobody can see them. It's like
they're just in a box up there.
Yeah, they're in. Wait, so they're not even displayed. They're
not even displayed.
They're in a box.
They're just sitting in a box right now.
Yeah, I would put the platinum in my foyer to my house, like the first thing that somebody sees when they walk in.
In like the plastic case.
Yeah, that's the Platinum Glove. I'm the best in the world.
Yeah.
Where'd you put the gold?
Probably in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you got the platinum, no, you don't want anybody to see the gold because it's a major downgrade. It's like disappointing to
I
see the
know.
gold.
You can't live up to it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you played at Florida State, you guys went to Omaha. Did Jameis Winston ever give you guys a pump-up speech?
No, I wish.
Oh,
That'd been great,
man.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How awesome. Omaha is like, every year the College World Series is like, it kind of sneaks up on me, and then I tune into the games like, this is the best. And like, was it just an awesome experience being in Omaha?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, for college baseball, and the kids, like that's all they want to do is to go to Omaha. So it's like it's the thing.
Yeah.
And getting to go, it's kind of like a bucket list thing. It's like check that box. Like that's one of the cooler things.
Yeah.
I'd say, and then obviously getting to the big leagues is pretty cool too. But that's kind of like the peak for when you're in college. It's like the one thing you want to do.
Was it hard going from metal to wood? Like, was there an adjustment?
Not really.
Really?
No. I mean, I actually kind of liked it better because when you get to pro ball, you get to pick. Yeah, there's so many different things you could do to your bat. You could modify it. You could pick top heavy, like versus like college. It's basically like here's the metal bat that you get. There's no changing it. You get what you get. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
What's your bat like now?
I'm actually I'm a torpedo guy.
Oh, you are?
Oh, you are?
I'm a torpedo guy.
So what's the difference?
So you've been cheating.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the difference? Like, wait, the first time you swung it, could you immediately tell, like, yeah, this is gonna be my baby?
No, I mean, really for anybody, any baseball guy, they pick it up one time, they use it and it works, and they're like, oh, this is what I'm going to use. So Raleigh sent me a couple of torpedoes, and I picked it up one game against the Rangers, like third at bat. I think I struck out or something the first two at bats. Picked it up, hit a home run, never went back. So it just looks funky, you see the end, how it tapers off, and but no, I mean it feels kind of normal. You don't really feel the difference, but just looking at it, you're like, that's kind of weird.
Weird, yeah. Is there a certain player as a catcher where their like ball on bat just sounds totally different than everyone else?
Yeah, there's some guys that with the bat speed. I mean, Ohtani.
You could it just sounds like a completely different.
Yeah,
sport
it's like when
almost.
he swings, it sounds like an airplane taking off.
Jesus.
Yeah, with the bat speed. There's a few guys. Jorge Soler.
Yeah.
He hit that big home run a couple of years ago with the Braves.
Yeah.
In the World Series. Yeah, he swings the bat extremely hard. You're actually a little nervous back there with how hard he's swinging.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I mean, if he connects, there's no getting the ball back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's scary. I'd say Bryce Harper had that as well. That kind of different sound, different swing. Judge is just so big and so strong that he can mishit it and still.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He still goes out. You
Yeah.
know? He's a different animal.
It actually is like, it's actually cheating how tall he is. He should not be eligible for MVP.
He's a beast.
Yeah, but I mean, you're the MVP.
He's different.
And
though.
just so we're clear, if Aaron Judge ever comes on this show, we will tell him he's the MVP and Cal Raleigh is actually cheating because he's DHing.
No, I'm
and
gonna
not
say-
playing every
and
day.
using torpedo bats.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Aaron Judge, by being on the Yankees, they use torpedo bats, so he's technically a cheater. He gets better pitches to hit. We're Cal Raleigh guys.
Yeah.
That was nice when the torpedo bat story broke because everybody was like, the Yankees are all cheating. And
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, I hope nobody mentions me.
And then everyone forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nobody cares about Seattle. They're
It
far away.
It's a good sports town, though, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
The only thing I would say is like it would be nice if you played in a more of a hitter's ballpark.
Yeah. Not a great hitter's ballpark. Yeah, that and the East Coast. You just don't get as much love out in Seattle. So it's nice when people notice. The West Coast team.
And the stadium's
Mariners.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. The fans are awesome. It's a great sports city, like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All the teams they show up really well. Like I said, pretty much when they're there, it's a packed house. So it's fun to play in.
This might be a dumb question, but one thing that I love about Seattle and the ballpark, especially, great food in the ballpark out there.
Mm-hmm.
As a player, do you ever get to eat the ballpark food?
No, not really. I mean, I guess you can have people bring you stuff like clubbies and stuff if you really want to try something.
Yeah.
Like they had a calzone a couple of years ago. Like
calzone.
play on. So they brought me a few and I tried them.
Oh hell yeah!
They got a bunch of different food though. I mean, they got crickets out there too.
Yeah, they do.
got the crickets, and they're always introducing. They got, was it the little dumplings?
I like that.
They got little dumplings this year or something.
They should make a big dumper sundae, just a giant chocolate sundae.
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
The Big Dumper is such a great nickname.
It
It's
is.
fucking awesome.
It is. I mean,
I read that your parents don't exactly love it.
Yeah.
I don't think your mom would like
Blame her.
Big Dumper.
Like,
you know?
hey, it's your genes. You gave me the Big Dumper.
I know. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think that's what comes to mind when mom's thinking of
Our little boy Cal, he's the Big Dumper.
my little baby, Big Dumper.
He poo-pooed all over that ball.
Poo-poo twice tonight.
He's 28 years old, called the Big Dumper.
Do you pay a lot of attention to, like you were talking about bat speed earlier? As a catcher, do you pay a lot of attention to like all the metrics from all the players, or are you just like, I can't analyze things that much?
No, you don't want to get too deep in the weeds. It's like, you can really get in depth now with all the analytics and all the stats and everything that's out there. But at the end of the day, you're still playing baseball, and I think you gotta keep it simple like that sometimes.
Yeah.
What about as a hitter? Do you pay attention to like how far in front of the ball you're hitting, angle, bat speed, all that stuff?
Not really. Not unless something is really glaring and like, something has changed. Just because it's such a long season, your body can change your stance. Like, oh hey, like this is you were this far open earlier in the year and now you've closed yourself off, or vice versa. Like things like that. Like, and usually that'll be a gradual thing over time. And so like some people will. It's more of like a coach's job to bring that to you. Be like, hey, like this is where you're at.
Yeah.
You've fallen off a little bit. Let's get you back to this. To what you were doing. Mm-hmm. So
how fast can you throw? Because catchers don't get enough credit for being able to throw really fucking fast.
I don't think my arm's ever been my calling card.
I mean, you're throwing guys out. That's just your pop?
Yeah, I'd say my transfers are decently quick. I got pretty good footwork, so it kind of makes up for my arm. I was a submarine guy. I was like
Oh, really?
Yeah, in high school I was throwing sidearm.
How fast were you throwing?
Oh, like 70 poo. Yeah, I was just throwing strikes in there. So yeah, I was like just doing that, and then catching came calling. So
yeah.
Have you ever called a really embarrassing pitch out and the guy's not stealing at all?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's too embarrassing. It's not one of those things.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot more embarrassing things that can happen.
What's the most embarrassing thing that could happen?
One time I threw, I guess there was one time the guy didn't steal and I still threw it to second. I thought he took off as like a fake steal, and I was kind of blocked by the lefty. And I threw it, and nobody was there. So I just went into the outfield. He didn't advance, luckily. And then another time in college, I threw down, kind of slipped a little bit, my front foot, and then hit the pitcher right in the ass.
Oh.
Yeah. And he was squatted down too, so it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I was like, it didn't hit him in the head. You saw the other day.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Hit him in the head, but yeah, hit this guy right in the butt. So that was kind of embarrassing.
What about if you're throwing a third base? It's a right-handed batter. You ever come close to hitting a guy?
Yeah.
Sometimes it looks like it gets pretty close.
Yeah, I've hit the bat. No, I've hit the helmet of somebody, and the guy scored one time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ricocheted and it hit him in the helmet, and it went all the way to the dugout, and the guy scored from second. So that was embarrassing. I was in college though.
Yeah.
A lot of embarrassing things in college actually. So
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were good though.
you gotta learn.
Yeah.
You gotta learn somewhere. Right?
Yeah. All right, I got one last question. This has been awesome, Cal. You are our MVP. We're gonna keep pumping up your numbers all year.
Appreciate it.
The Roback question, RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, Roback.com, promo code TAKE. I'll finish with another dumb question, because I think you might be the first catcher we've had on. We had Johnny Bench on 9 years ago.
Did we?
I don't know if we've had a catcher since. So there's a lot of dumb catcher questions.
a good one.
Apologize for that.
Johnny Bench.
But dumb catcher question. I know that if you're in the dugout and you're putting on your gear and then you have to take it off, it means that obviously there's been some hits that you didn't expect. But is there a small part of you this is bullshit, I gotta take it all off again?
Yeah, I mean you kind of like learn like when to take it off and when to put it on.
Yeah.
So,
do you have someone who puts it on for you?
no.
Oh, you should get someone to do the
the
legs
like
at least.
like a NASCAR, like
Yeah.
the crew pit. Or
Yeah. But I would imagine it would suck if you put it all on, take it all off, and then end the inning in the on deck circle.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes you keep on the legs in the on deck circle.
no. So that's not a pro ball thing. I learned that real quick.
Oh,
It's one of those like things that nobody tells you before, and then you go do it, and then they yell at you, or they're like, "You look stupid out there with your shin guards on," and then it's just one of those things that you do it all through your whole life, right?
Right.
The catchers, you're like on deck, and then you take them off, and then you get the pro ball, and you do that, and everybody's like, "You look like an idiot. Like, take those off." No, you got to get ready to hit. So yeah, sometimes I'll look stupid in dugout though. Like I'll take one off, be like I'm like halfway in, halfway out, just in case, because you don't want to take it all off or just being lazy.
Yeah,
right?
but you can never just relax in the dugout, huh?
Yeah, you're constantly doing something.
Yeah.
Talking to the pitcher, pitching coach, getting ready to hit. Especially now with the pitch clock has made everything so fast.
Yeah, do you like it as a catcher?
It's nice for the in-game stuff because like things are going and like, you know, those 4 or 5 hour games are not happening
Yeah, they
anymore.
don't exist.
Yeah, people are, you know, it was getting really long with all the pitching changes and now with all the, you know, advanced stuff that people have. So it was getting a little long, but there's not a lot of time in the dugout. It's like I don't got time to, you know, go grab water, just dilly around. It's like you got to get ready.
Right, right.
So it's almost too quick sometimes, especially if you're leading off. I got to take it off, get ready, put everything on. You know, you got to have all the you got Evo shields now.
Oh, dude, this one just popped in my head too. Do you when the manager comes out to pull a pitcher, do you ever play like good cop, being like, we shouldn't, knowing that he's going to get pulled anyway, just trying to have your pitchers back?
Sometimes I shake my head, you know.
Yeah, just let him know, like, hey, it's not me that's doing this.
Hey man, I'm there for you.
Yeah, right.
You would have gotten this guy out.
Yeah,
I would
you
have
gotta-
kept you in.
I could do backup though.
Yeah, yeah,
Could go out there and get into him too.
yeah. Just be like,
Double it
dude,
up.
you suck. Get out of here.
No. Sometimes, you know, you got to give them that little affirmation. Hey man,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that.
yeah. You just start saying that all the time.
I do like the idea though, you having a NASCAR team, not just one guy, but like 4 guys that just roll up behind you, put all your shit on in like 5 seconds.
It should be the starters that aren't. So you have 5 starters in rotation. So it should be the other 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, strap me up, boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How awesome is DHing though? When you have a day where you can just chill and just hit.
It's almost too chill sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, well, as a catcher, you're in every single play. You're doing the most. You know.
Yeah, the ball. Yeah, you're touching the ball every single play. pretty
You're
much,
always
yeah.
involved. Your mind's always going. And then you get to DH and you're like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Right.
And like you're talking to guys that you normally wouldn't talk to in the dugout, like during the game, or you're eating snacks. You know, you don't know what to really do with yourself, so you're just sitting there and kind of just twiddling your thumbs sometimes.
Yeah.
So almost in a reverse way, it could be. Some guys have trouble DHing because they don't know what to do themselves.
They get bored.
Yeah, I mean, some guys, it's been a thing in the past. Like, I need to play the field, but being a catcher, you have to have a few DHs.
Yeah.
So
I got one last maybe dumb question. I know that catchers don't always catch the first pitches that get thrown out, but I imagine that you've caught a lot of them. Is there one guy that has the best first pitch?
I mean, Ichiro, right? He
Yeah.
threw I think he hit like 91 a couple years ago.
That's awesome.
right down the middle. I mean, his first pitch is elite. I mean, that's a good one. So.
Yeah.
Did he tell you like, hey, I'm going to throw this one?
Yeah.
No, I think he kind of plays it close to the chest.
Yeah.
He doesn't. You know, he likes staying a little quiet. You know.
Would you be down for our dumb baseball rule where the first pitch should count?
You want to get a batter in there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, all right, you want to bring out 50 Cent to throw first pitch? It's going to count.
What about you're gonna need an L screen out there for somebody though?
No.
No,
If
part
you
of
throw
the
a
deal.
first pitch,
Yeah.
you can get hit right back to you.
Oh boy.
It sounds like you're not
Actually,
ready for that,
50
but it
Cent-
would be sick. Like, imagine if like in the playoffs they're like, yeah, we're bringing out this guy for a first pitch, like a legend, and he can still throw it.
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, right.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
Just suit him up.
Right.
Yeah, he threw out a really good one a couple years ago.
Yeah.
50 Cent would actually be not the worst option.
No.
Because he's going to throw a ball.
Right.
And who cares? There's
Yeah,
nobody
you
on
wouldn't
base.
want somebody throwing a meatball in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. Pretty fun.
Randy Johnson. Get
You
him back
could
out
do
there.
who the Mets have, Grimace.
Yeah.
Grimace out there.
Yeah, Grimace throwing the first pitch. It'd be sick.
Oh, I just thought of one more question about catching. Is there a baseball field that is actually like a ballpark that is the easiest and then the hardest to catch in based on what's beyond the pitcher, what's out in center field?
Yeah, there's some tough ones with shadows. Let's say,
And also the foul. I mean, the A's, obviously, when they were still in Oakland, the foul ball territory was insane.
yeah. Sneaky, though, I think people miss that stadium, though.
Really?
I loved playing there. I mean, obviously, you had no fans, but you almost felt like you were, back in high school or playing travel ball again. Like, it was kind of a cool experience. Like, nobody's there. Dugouts are wide open. I was like, I love this. This is a lot of fun.
Like, is COVID back right now? What's going on?
I know, right? Yeah. But the Sacramento was tough to see in. That because it's new. And Tampa Bay, obviously, they're not there. They had the hurricane, but they had a white roof. So, like, any pop flies that go up, I'm like what? Who designed this? Why would this ever be a thing?
Yeah.
So I never really understood that. But yeah, any place with like shadows, when you get those like 4:00 games, and now all the stadiums, they're really tall and they got shadows that go through. Guys hate 4:00 games.
Yeah.
And like with TV, sometimes TV takes precedent and it kind of runs everything. So you get those, they're going to be tough days to hit and tough days to see as a catcher.
Yeah. All right. Well, Cal, thank you. Big Dumper. Appreciate you stopping by, man. This was a lot of fun, and we're rooting for you the rest of the year.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
MVP. The Big Dumper was brought to you by Experian. We're going to take a moment to talk about BFFs. Big Cat, who's your BFF on this pod?
That would be Hank. He's back.
Hank, who's your BFF on this pod?
I'm going to have to go with Philly the Kid. Memes.
Okay, love that. Memes, who's your BFF?
I'm going to go with Zach.
That's nice. Zach, who's your BFF?
I'm going with PFT.
Thanks,
BFF.
Zach. Appreciate that. Max, who's your BFF on the pod?
I was going to go with PFT today as well.
Wow, that's huge. I'm going to go with Big Cat because nobody else picked Big Cat yet.
Thank you.
And that's sad.
No one picked me either, so whatever.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
So we're all BFFs here on this pod for the most part, except for Max. But there's one BFF who always looks out for you, introducing your big financial friend, Experian. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Experian is here to support you in making smart financial decisions and maximize your financial potential. Get started by downloading the Experian app today at no cost and let your big financial friend help you take control of your financial future. Get started by downloading the Experian app today. Big Dumper was also brought to you by our great friends at NASCAR. That's right, NASCAR is taking over Chicago, guys. Nothing like seeing NASCAR roar through the streets of downtown Chicago, a race experience unlike any other. Check the stars of NASCAR as they take a one-of-a-kind street course surrounded by skyscrapers and lakefront views. 40 drivers, including Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, our buddy Denny Hamlin, battling it out on the most unique track of the season. The energy is electric. Race day adrenaline meets festival vibes in the heart of the city. Don't miss Zach Brown Band, live from the start/finish line, Saturday night, part of the Busch Light Summer Music Series. This is more than a race. It's Chicago's ultimate summer weekend. Get your tickets now before they're gone. NASCAR takes over Chicago. Street racing, skyline views, music, and more. Get your tickets now at NASCAR.com for the ultimate summer weekend. This is the year. It's not going to rain this year, right? We're going to get a beautiful race for the NASCAR summer weekend. Check it out. The most unique course of the year, street racing, baby. NASCAR takes over Chicago. Get your tickets now at NASCAR.com.
Okay, we're wrapping up the show. Hank,
Yeah.
we missed the fuck out of you, man.
I miss you guys too.
I miss you so much.
For people who didn't see, PFT and I, we didn't really want to announce this, but we ended up having to announce it because everyone's going to be like, where's Hank? We paid for him, his dad, his brother, and his brother-in-law all-expense trip to Pebble Beach.
And Spyglass.
Spyglass. Played, what, 3 rounds?
2 rounds.
2 rounds.
Pebble Beach and Spyglass.
But a whole weekend in Carmel. Told him tip 60% on the tabs. We got it. How was it?
It was even better than going into it. My expectations were through the roof. It really was a magical experience. We stayed at the Inn at Spanish Bay. Beautiful, beautiful hotel, resort, spa right on the Spanish Bay golf course.
Why'd you tell us where you stayed when we booked it?
Phenomenal restaurant. So I'm telling the viewers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Spanish Bay, unbelievable golf course. Hit 2 birdies in a row. I don't think I've ever done that in my life.
Whoa.
Yep. Shot a 42 on the front. Thought I was going to break my PR. Completely imploded on the back. You guys would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Not me.
Still broke 90, which is
Huge.
And then Pebble Beach was, obviously 6, 7, 18, but the course, it truly was like the entire time you're just looking around like this is not a real place. Like I cannot believe that we're playing golf in this setting.
You mentioned the spa. Did you go to the spa?
Yeah, there's like a little gym like we went in, it's part of the hotel.
Yeah.
Just went in the gym, went in the steam room, hot tub, pool. But yeah, Pebble Beach was and obviously getting to spend the time with my dad, brother-in-law was
Incredible.
probably 2 of the best days of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
And how many times when you were out there were you like, God damn it, thanks so much, PFT.
I mean, the craziest part, like, shout out Tarp, AWL, works at Pebble Beach, and he met us on the first tee, and he told us, because I'm guessing that's who you're communicating with.
Wait, time out. Did someone fart in there?
Who farted?
They just... Max, why do you...
It was Zach.
He gas masked you?
And like absolutely horrendous fart back here.
In the middle of his
And
fucking Pebble Beach talk meetings?
And it's so bad.
Was it
it's
memes?
so bad, yes.
Oh, Zach looks like he's gonna
I mean,
cry.
and this booth is just
Hold
like
on,
a dungeon of
Yeah. I'm
smell.
gonna smell Hank by time.
Hold on. Hey, fly time.
All right, so it was. I got off. I started the first round at Spanish Bay, double bogey. Second
don't
hole,
smell-
triple bogey. Third hole, and my tee shot in the second hole was just a complete duck
it went
hook
away.
left. It wasn't even close. Third hole, stepped up, hit a par, and then the fourth hole, I had a nice
that's awesome.
Jesus
mini driver,
Christ.
54-degree wedge, hit an 8-footer, and then on a par 3, I hit like a 30-foot
Can we go
slider,
back to Max's
birdies.
Shane
It was
Victorino story?
phenomenal. All right, I bought some time.
All right. Okay. So what were you saying about Tarp?
Tarp, yeah. So he's AWL. He works at Pebble.
Yeah, it's our guy.
That's your guy.
Well,
And he came out.
we asked him to hook you up.
And he came out and he was like, "Yeah, Big Cat and PFT, like they enjoyed doing this so much, like it's gonna be an annual trip." And I almost cried. I was ready to cry.
Tarp said that?
Tarp said that?
That
I think
means
Tarp is
so much, and like
I think
the
Tarp is
fact
paid
that we're
on
gonna be able
commission.
to do this all the time is it's an unbelievable annual tradition that you guys have started, and I cannot thank you enough.
I think Tarp is trying to make some money.
I was just reporting what he said to
Annual
us.
trip
That's what he said.
on us.
That's what he said.
I actually said.
Great. I can't argue with
So
it.
I'm reading my DMs.
And we did do that. We're
Thank you.
fucking awesome like
Thank you
that.
guys.
I'm
We're
reading.
so
Thank
sick.
you guys.
I'm reading my DMs with Tarp right now, where I did say we would like to make this an annual trip if Hank can break 90.
And I did it, Spanish Bay.
Would you shoot at Pebble Beach?
I shot a 95.
So he said that to you
Lot of
before you
three
teed
putts.
off,
I
right?
also sculled my
Yeah.
tee shot over the 7th green. But that's all right.
Cool. Let me hear more about your golf round. All right, you brought back gifts?
I did
Why'd you
bring
bring
back
gifts?
gifts.
We gave you the gift.
I know, but
That was part of the budget. I gave him money for
felt,
gifts.
I felt, and that's kind of like, it's a fun new tradition on the podcast. Shane, Max.
Mm-hmm.
So, Big Cat, I know,
Wait, whoa. Did you give me a Pope?
I felt bad about the Pope, and Max got you the Aloha. They did not have a Pope, but they did have this little Pebble Beach golf cart figurine.
That's so cool.
Would go nice right on the shelf.
Exactly what I wanted. Right next to my broken Pope. Where's my Pope? Where the fuck did my Pope go? Every time I get a gift, I forget I don't have my Pope anymore.
I took it out. I found it. I thought I put it back on this desk.
Shane stole it. It's on his desk.
Oh, Shane
Get
stole
it back.
the
Get
Pope
the
back?
Pope back.
Go get the Pope.
Get the
yeah,
Pope
go get
back.
the Pope. Go get
I
the
got
Pope.
a little figurine.
He's a thief.
People are going to be like, holy shit, have you traveled everywhere? You'd be like, yeah.
Is that the
My
Pope
buddy
mobile?
Shane went to
Yes,
Italy.
the Pope-mobile.
We paid for Shane's Italy trip, too, and Max's Hawaii trip.
PFT. Again, we're boys now. We're in lockstep, and I think that was the last time or a couple times ago when we were golfing. I was giving you a lot of shit for your belt.
Yeah.
You were wearing like a formal belt on the golf course.
Yeah, I didn't have a golf belt, and so Hank was like, "Dude, what is this guy doing going
Wait,
out to the
there
course
are
without a
golf belts?
Oh yeah, and they cost like $70.
I'm not wearing a golf belt.
Oh, a golf belt.
I got PFT a Pebble Beach golf belt.
Maybe
Yeah,
that might be what's been holding me back though.
Wait, but
Is not having a golf belt.
PFT's never been to Pebble Beach. But you did send someone.
I did
so
send
you can
somebody.
tell. You can tell everyone.
Yeah, it's not stolen valor. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't for me. It's kind of like, you know, when you pay for somebody else, you get to take some honor in that. Let's see, Hank. This feels like it might be a little bit big. Let me see.
I kind of had to guess. I tried it on myself, and it was going to fit me, so I figured it would fit you.
Look at this. Oh, the clubs come out. Wow.
Of the golf cart?
Yeah, you can kind of
That's
pick them
cool.
up a little. All right, so it's going right next to my Hawaiian chick and my broken Pope.
Like this. That's a pretty good fit, Hank. So this is for tying all my clubs together, right?
Yeah. I can use that.
All right.
Look at all the places I've been, guys. Oh, shit. I just broke the Hawaii girl.
Memes. For memes.
Oh, did you get him a boob mug?
Coffee guy. No boo mug, but I got him a nice Spyglass Hill coffee mug.
Love it. Add it to the collection.
Nice.
Pug is not here, but he's presidential. He's always,
Congrats to Pug. Got married.
signing things, documents. I got him a nice Pebble Beach
Pen.
ballpoint pen.
Wow.
Very smooth.
Shane, I know Shane's always here hooping, playing games, doing stuff with balls. I got him this Pebble Beach inflatable golf ball thing.
What,
I like
but it's
that.
not inflated.
I couldn't find a pump here. There's a pump in this office somewhere. Shane will find it. and
He loves
inflate
playing
it.
with balls too.
Loves playing with
Loves
balls.
playing with balls.
That's like those the tennis balls that they have at the majors.
Yeah.
Except I like that.
Yeah.
I like anytime you can get a giant novelty ball. I'm in.
Jack, I don't know if he's in there.
No.
He's a wild card. We don't
Yeah.
we don't know what's coming next with him. So I got him a nice Pebble Beach deck of
Deck of
cards.
cards.
That's good.
Nice.
Nice.
Max. Wait, where's Max? Max, I know sometimes you struggle with your breath, so I got you some nice Pebble Beach breath mints. Pebble Beach breath mints.
Struggle with my
I
breath.
do struggle with your breath.
I thought you meant like catching it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got my Pebble Beach inhaler?
Don't worry, I'm not calling you fat. I'm just saying your breath smells.
Yeah, thank you.
And then Zach, cream team. You're dealing with ice cream cold, so I went ahead and I got you a nice Pebble Beach winter jacket.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
That's nice.
Holy shit, that's nice. That's really nice.
I got fucking mints.
Zach, come put this jacket on.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the gift, Hank.
Yeah, let's see it.
There was a clear hierarchy of these gifts here.
No,
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I
No,
just
I-
went for what felt like it fit
It
their
ranged
personality.
from
I
winter
thought-
coat,
Did you see my little
$75 belt.
No, did you see my golf cart?
It's probably more than
See my
75
golf
bucks.
cart? It's sick, dude.
I got mints.
I got a golf cart, a little figurine golf cart.
You know what? You're right, Max. I got you also this Zippo lighter with no lighter fluid in it.
Oh,
That's honestly wait.
that's nice.
You wanted to keep that. That was for yourself.
Is that so he could do flamethrowers with his breath?
Yeah. No
Wow,
problem.
Zach.
Zach
Looks
looks
good.
great. It looks really good.
What a great handshake
Yeah.
from Zach right there. Thank you very much. I know Hank didn't take his hat off. Bad golf etiquette.
I love my mints, honestly.
Do you?
Yeah. I was meaning to go get myself a nice pair of mints.
Yeah,
Covering
you
all,
needed that.
all the controversial topics. Morgan Wallen, Mintz.
Well, that was a good way to bring up his breath because we've been meaning to do that, and we needed to do that at some point. That was perfect.
I
way.
was looking
Well
around
done.
I was looking for the knickknacks and I was like, oh no.
Max is definitely
That was good.
self-conscious
layup.
about his
Yeah, no,
breath.
this is.
My favorite part about it is that Hank put a lot of thought into all these gifts.
Yeah.
Like he really tailored them
This
for the
isn't-
person that he's
this
getting,
is-
which is really nice. It shows that he's a thoughtful gift giver.
If I had to guess, so Hank bought a coat for Zach, bought a belt for PFT, and then when checking out, got all of the others.
Yes, it's like right next to the register.
Yes, we're all register gifts.
They had great knickknacks though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach, you look official in that coat.
I feel official.
Yeah.
I think we all
I was just like, I'm gonna get Zach the most expensive thing.
got to get Zach jackets from every vacation we go on.
Yeah.
We can set up we could share this one. We could set like Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
You know, like
I'd like to wear it tomorrow.
if anyone's got like a golf thing going on, we just
Yeah.
Also, if anyone wants a Spanish Bay
Keychain?
head cover keychain.
That's you.
I didn't play there though.
Yeah, but you need to
Stolen
let
valor.
everyone know that you like golf because God forbid someone doesn't want to talk about the skull that you had on 7 or
Yeah.
the birdie you had on 6.
Back-to-back birdies.
The mini
Back-to-back
the mini
birdies.
driver you hit.
Mini driver, 54-degree wedge.
Wow.
8-footer up the hill.
Incredible.
Isn't that the name of the chick that was in Good Will Hunting?
Mini driver. Mini Cooper. Mini.
I think her name was Minnie
yeah,
Driver.
Mini driver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Hank, did you win?
Yeah.
You were better than your brother-in-law, and dad?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't really like playing all that competitively.
So you didn't
we
win.
were having a
You
good
didn't
time. I
win.
scored the best.
You did?
That would be a win.
Every single time?
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Turns
all
out-
have my dad. My dad doesn't really golf. He's like, I've played Pebble Beach like 10 times in the last 10 years. And
That's
the,
sick.
The most. He's like, it's my home course.
What a flex.
And my brother and brother-in-law both have young kids, so they don't get to golf as much.
yeah. But you.
But me, I'm
You're
representing.
ready. Yeah. What a trip. What
It
a
was-
trip. Trip of a lifetime.
I truly cannot thank you guys enough.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I mean, I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
Well,
gonna be
he
great.
shot 94.
I just was going off what Tarp told me.
Yeah. I mean, that's our boy, Tarp. Yeah, we got it all together with Tarp. Okay. Good show, boys. Mount Rushmore season starts on Wednesday. I think we're going to do some draft stuff with Russillo. Got some good interviews coming. And we are, I've seen some people ask, we will be having Ryan Whitney on in person, hopefully for Friday.
Because I was going to go to Edmonton.
Yeah. And we'd like to talk to him about everything because he's a broken man. Okay. Numbers.
399.
Oh, who got 3 first?
I think I did.
50 got it.
Okay.
You know what, Hank? You can have it.
No, you take it.
No, you take it.
You're still doing the 99 thing, memes?
Okay, I'll take it.
6.
We got it.
Yeah, 99 memes.
I'll take 5. Birdie on 5.
Oh, yeah. Who could forget?
When Pug comes back, are you still going to try and take 99?
Yeah, it'll be a wedding gift for him for me to have it.
There'll be riots if you do that.
What did you take, Max?
6.
I'll take
I just got to get a win.
75.
And Zach, what are you?
I'll go 27.
Wait, do we have a first lady of the pod now that the president got married?
21.
It's crazy. Come on, 3. Come on, 27.
13.
Oh, I didn't see the 1.
13.
I thought that was a 3 so bad.
I thought it was 3 too.
13.
That would have been awesome if it was 3 memes.
379 days still, like catch Hank.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Love you guys.
That's insane.